trying, yeah, man.
As soon as it go bumpy, we in there.
As soon as it go boom, wait, bump. What is it gonna do?
Bumpy. When as soon as it go boom, bumpy is something different.
No, bumpy.
Yeah,
Bumpy is definitely something different.
You get the bumpy. Oh no, you got something gazy.
You dig me? You
Yeah,
got the bumpy. You got something. Yeah, tomorrow,
We definitely don't want that, man. We definitely don't want that. We got 2 more minutes, man.
That's how you feel, game day?
Count the money, man.
Shit feel good, don't it?
Count the money.
That shit feel good, don't it, man? Like right before, man. It should feel like you already come out the tunnel, man.
To me, it's like when a plane about to take off, and like when you're on the runway and you right here, and they about to say, all right,
Yo.
They say, what they say, flight attendants prepare for takeoff. And they sit down, they hit that motherfucker, woo, like this.
I've never been on a plane.
Oh my God, I love it. That's
but
my
dog
favorite part,
pound.
like this.
The dog pound.
It's skater from my man Greater than
The
Yamin.
dog pound. I get
Is you
butterflies
ready?
every time. I get butterflies.
Is you ready, handsome? Is you ready?
I get butterflies.
Ah, man, let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Quiet on the set, man. Let's get it.
Listen. Mark, you met my younger bro before? My younger bro Jay, man. What's the man? My man Mark. Good people. What we doing? What we is doing?
Welcome. Once again. It's that time? It's that time, bro. It's that time, man. It's Tuesday night. What's Tuesday night, bro?
Hello. How are ya?
It's the Fire Nights podcast.
It's Tuesday?
Once again, it's Tuesday, bro. It's Tuesday, man.
It was just Tuesday though. It was just Tuesday.
Man, it's Tuesday every day then. Fuck it, man. It's Tuesday every day. It's the Fire Nights podcast. It's your boy P.
B Matt, E-Way, all day.
Hello.
Dirt.
How are ya? She guy fresh. Bro in the building.
Bro. Where are we?
Oh, East Square Cigar Lounge, 3616 Kirkwood Highway.
My man said, oh. That's
You could be anywhere, man, on a Tuesday night, man, but you elect to be here with the guys. We appreciate it. Much love. We thank you, man. We thank you. Much appreciated, man. So as usual, man, we blowing, you know, some flavorful sticks, drinking on some spirits. You know what I mean? Some spirits. How you feeling tonight, man?
Oh, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling love, man. Actually, I want to give a shout out to the general, Doug Ryder, the original. He came home. You know what I'm saying? He came home. He
shout out.
And he won a little bit of money while he was away.
Shout out to Little Big Fresh.
Yeah, you know. So I'm gonna probably holler at you tomorrow after dialysis, baby.
Absolutely. How you feeling,
Cousin B, my God, what's happening, man? On the check-in, you dig? Listen,
how you feeling, man?
It's Tuesday, man. You know, this is what we do on Tuesdays, man. I got the 1738. And you know, I got my little Yamin, my little Cubano. Man, listen, man.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. We were just talking about this before, man. If you don't get butterflies before you do your thing, man,
you ain't human, bro.
You ain't human.
I get a rush talking to these people.
It's El Natural, man.
I get a rush when I'm about to talk to the people, man. I love y'all, man. I've grown accustomed to sharing this time with y'all, man. I don't know about y'all, but I look forward to this, man. Every Tuesday night, just sitting down, powwowing, man, fellowshipping, you know, whatever you want to call it, man. So with that being said, man, you know, Matt, man, what's on the agenda, man? Talk to us. What's on the agenda?
Listen, we got a couple things. Hold on.
Drop it on them, man. Drop it on them.
We got a couple things, man. So I watch a lot of like YouTube and World Star. That's my look. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of little you know, they got the little fights that be on. You know what I'm saying? I you know, my youngin, shout out Jameer and AZ. He got me on the what's that shit on YouTube? Hood fights or hood knockout, some shit. I look at the old one. I don't know, man. But here's my question, right? I watch a lot of, you know, old, the footage where they be rumbling and boom, boom, boom. And I'm noticing, right, with these youngins these days, they doing a little. We got a couple things, man. So they doing a boom, 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 right, and then somebody get dumped, and it's like, nah, let him up, start over, let him up. I'm like, wait, I'm sorry, let him up. I slammed him. I slammed him. Why? Let him up, and they break it up and say, "Yo, start over." Like, wait, when we start doing that dumb shit?
Like, what's up with that? Are these real fights? Like, they really got beef, or is this something staged?
Let's talk about it. It's real fights. Let's talk about it, man.
I'm sorry. Whoa, time.
Man, that's a little different.
Whoa, no way. Absolutely no. No. I mean, of course, if I'm the guy on the bottom, absolutely. Let me expect that. No, really, that must be like a new rule. But then, that's kind of confusing because it's rare when you kind of even see a fist fight, I guess, nowadays, right?
I mean,
I'm so used to seeing them in their violence, but to say "let me up," no, this is UFC Kumite. You know what I mean? This is Kumite.
Like help me out. Like I don't understand. Like I don't like when did they start this shit? Now, granted, I ain't fought in a long time, right? And I ain't seen a fight in person in a long time, right?
Actual fisticuffs.
Yeah, like it's been a while since I seen that type shit. But I'm still confused on how, we tussling. I give you the boom bam, and then we talking about let him up, start over. No, I'm a slam him again. Like what? No, I'm not start. That's like I can't relate, bro.
Yeah,
I can't relate.
As a stern component of the slam.
Yes, he is, folks.
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to get you to the ground, immobilize you. So, if the slam ain't part of the fight, are we really fighting? That's why, so that's why I really that's why I asked.
Boxing.
Yeah, are we boxing?
Style points and shit.
Slap boxing, so
if I can't do what I want to do, because where we come from, ain't no rules in fighting.
Yeah.
I kick you. If I'm losing, I might bite you. Like I don't give a damn. But ain't nobody gonna tell me, yo, let him up. Huh? Nigga, who is you?
Yeah, I might got beef with you now.
Who is you? Let him up.
Let him up.
One of y'all better not ever tell me let him up.
You ain't gotta worry about that from us.
Let him up.
Let him up.
Hey, y'all need to be putting Timbs on this nigga. Well, yeah. What you mean? Let him up.
Like I can't relate, no. And I'm just trying to figure out, like I don't even know, like who started that stupid shit?
That's some new rules, I guess.
Yeah, like nah. Don't,
it's not our thing.
No grabbing. Wait, what? No grabbing.
Hold on, man. We might as well go get gloves then.
Yeah, let's put the gloves on and get the rings. We got rules and shit.
I don't know. That's.
I don't understand it, and I kind of piggyback off what you say. It's very rare you even see fights these days, let alone fights with rules in them.
How about that?
I thought you paid $69.95 for fights with rules in them.
How about it?
If you're fighting, and y'all actually, got some type of beef and y'all mad at each other, there's nobody out there exactly. Look, I don't know how to food, but if I think I can chop your ass, I'm gonna chop you. You know what I'm saying? If things get bad, whatever, and my mouth is open, I'm gonna bite the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? If your legs is open and I see, oh man, I'm shooting. I'm not to shoot with the gun, but I'm a wrestling term. I'm gonna shoot at your leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a fight. I want to hurt you. If we actually come to the point where we actually have to fight, I don't want anybody to say, hold on, you can only punch him in the face and in the ribs after 3 o'clock on Tuesdays. Like, come on, man.
After 3 o'clock on Tuesdays.
Come on now. Come on now. If we fighting,
shout out Nardo. What's up, good brother?
I don't really understand how there are rules to fighting if I'm actually mad enough.
I don't get it.
If I'm mad, if I'm mad enough to where we actually meeting up in the schoolyard, like, man, I've been hearing this shit all week. You know what I'm saying? Been coming past my classroom doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Albert Simpkins on.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Albert Simpkins, man.
It's on. It's on. He called my mama names.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He talked bad about my baby sister.
Right.
It's on. And then you get there and say, well, you can only punch.
Nah, you ain't gonna tell what I could do, bro. Shout out Jab Pen.
Listen, y'all been around me for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You know my method, man. I'm 1-2-1-2-1-2.
Take down records.
Hey, look, man, I'm not trying to sit here.
Shout out Netta Latrice, Money Bag Yo in the building.
I'm not trying to get no style points, man. Let's get this thing to the mat. Get this thing over with.
Man, this new fighting rules is bullshit.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw. This shit is bullshit.
Del Castle High in the building. Shout out Chris Laws.
Shout out the coach, man.
What's up,
Coach?
Coach?
In the building. Shout out, Coach. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's some new thing, man. It's new rules, new ways. I guess that's their thing. I guess. I mean, you know, it's. I don't want to have to abide by those things because that's weird.
So, Coach, check it out. We talking about, you know, back in the day, you get a little one-on-one. You do what you gotta do to get the dub, right? Nowadays, I'm watching stuff on YouTube and
crowd wrestlers.
And, they boxing, boom, 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 and then somebody gets slammed. They're like, oh, let him up, forward. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that? Let you up.
That's a firm no. That's a firm no.
Okay. Coach agrees, man.
That's a firm no.
Coach agrees, man. It's fugazi.
But one thing
we ain't letting you up, man.
I ain't advocating violence, but
no, sir.
But if you cross that line, man, you've crossed the line.
Facts.
You cross the line. There is no.
I seen that a lot in videos, though. Now, man, I've seen that a lot in videos, man. With that being said, man, moving on, man. Be busy, man. Take this car, man. Steer us, man. Where we going next, man? Where we going, bro? Where we going?
What we're not going is we ain't letting you up, man. But listen, so the next look is this, right? So I'm on the news, and I watch news, and I'm into a little bit of everything, man. Like, we,
as you are,
you know what I mean. We do it all around here. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about one thing. So here I want to talk about this, right? And we kind of touched on it last weekend, but we was talking about it in another from another perspective. So I'm reading online, Delaware Online or whatever, and I peep where they let me get my numbers right. 1,500 people got let go from Christiana Care. Now they wasn't all, they wasn't some of them was doctors, nurses, whatever the case, but just from Christiana Care, period, whatever your occupation was in Christiana Care, 1,500 people were let go because they refused to be vaccinated, right? And I don't know if I have an opinion either way. I'm vaccinated, right? But my thing is
let
this.
the record reflect.
My concern is this. So when the whole pandemic started, it was like, yo, the frontline workers are they heroes, they risking their lives, and boom, 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 boom. Oh, so it's like, good brother.
Shout out to SWAT.
Hold on, man. Shout out to SWAT Diggity in the building, man. SWAT dog, man. G high all day, man.
Yeah, you never know what kind of legends.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out SWAT Diggity.
Shout out to SWAT Diggy. Proceed, bro.
So dig it, man. So the frontline workers, they was heroes. They was, they risking their lives. It was this, that. Everybody was big up in them. It was, giving a round of applause, all type of shit. Well, and it was well deserved. Don't get me wrong. But now it's like you go from hero to unemployed. How's that happen? Y'all was just big up in us, not us specifically, because I'm not a frontline worker. But I'm just saying, if I'm a frontline worker, I'm like, but damn, yeah, right. You know what I mean? We was just heroes. Now y'all booed us. Now it's like, get out of here. Y'all fired. Listen, if you're a frontline worker, man, check in on the check-in, man. What y'all got to say about that, man?
That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Because I'm a type of person, man. I'm definitely with the frontline workers. You know what I'm saying? The essential workers. Please let the record reflect that they are essential.
I live with a frontline worker, an essential worker. So with that being said,
yeah, So I love them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the person who's going to run into a burning building first. Different things I'm just not going to do first. You know, so I'm going to have to check on some things, see how everybody else react to what's going on. Okay, well, I collected enough data for me. I move on. With that being said, it's a difficult position that they've put the frontline workers in, but I understand. One thing I will say is, and this is very particular and specific to the frontline workers who work in medicine or the medical field. This is one thing I implore to every business owner out there to think about it from this perspective. If you have a business and someone says, no, you have a business and someone works for you and you sell a product, but the person who works for you says, I don't believe in your product, but I still want to collect your check. What kind of position does that put the business owner in? Now, specific to medicine, you're saying, oh yeah, I want to help you, but I don't believe in the product we sell. That's interesting. So do you believe in Toradol? Do you believe in minoxidil? Do you believe in Percocet, Xanax? Because those things are also given out as well.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what you give to your patients. So now you're like, okay, well, I don't trust the product we're putting out. Oh, really? Now you don't trust the product you're putting out. And this is specific to people who work in the medical field. So I said, now, do you not trust the product you put out, or do you always?
Have you always felt that way?
Have you always felt that way? Now, here's the thing I say. Then I'm going to say, well, and I would like to say shout out to Jab Penn, because there are a lot of experimental drugs. There are a lot of, every drug we have right here, right now that we take today, at one time or another, was experimental. Was in its infancy stage. Am I correct?
Right.
So, I've never been a part of a global pandemic such as this, so I've never found a time that was more pertinent for us to have such a fast-track vaccine. So, people say, oh, well, cancer's been out for so long. It's not the same thing. HIV has been out for so long. It's not the same thing. This has been out for so long. It's not the same thing. There are people catching this disease and dying from just walking around.
Yeah.
So
it's different when it's an airborne disease.
So not assuming, what I believe is that takes precedent over anything that you're doing medically. Oh man, these people are dying from getting coughed on, not having sex, not shooting up drugs with dirty needles.
Intimate physical contact is not
right. We're talking about things that
not
people,
a necessity. Yeah.
We're talking about things that people who don't even leave their house can get it, can contract and die from. So I implore those people who are on the front line, who specifically work in the medical field, to ask yourself this: why do I not believe in the product we sell now, when it was always cool before? And we know some of the damage, or we know a lot of the damage that a lot of these drugs that you give out freely will do to you. But now, oh, I don't know, I need a little bit more information. You're forcing me. And before I take off and hand it over, I want to say this to all the people who think you're being forced. You're not being forced. They've given you a choice. They have not told you anything to do with your body. They told you, if you want to work here, these are the requirements.
It's a hard line.
Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Now, I'm not on either side of it. I'm vaccinated. I don't really care what you do.
Oh shit.
No, I mean, because that's your choice. I do understand that's your personal choice. I don't care what you do.
I feel that.
I don't care what you do. That's your life. It's your body. It's your choice. I'm fully for that. But what I will say is, and let me reiterate, you're not being forced. You're not being forced. As the facts change, so does people's perspective. In the beginning of this pandemic, first line workers, man, y'all getting a bad rap, we salute y'all. But now you first line workers that work in medicine, you have a choice to make. Choose wisely.
Sheesh. What's your take on that, sir?
I mean, I think it's horrible, man, that how quickly things change. Like you said, what once was considered heroes is now kind of almost like expendable. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, everybody got to make hard choices. Everybody got to make difficult decisions, man. And these employers have made a decision that I don't agree with, but I understand, because at this point, man, I mean, who's not over this thing? Are you kind of over it? Like, do you want it? I mean, nobody wants to be here right now.
Truth be told, I've been over it for a while, because I've been reserved to the fact that people are going to do what they do, and a lot, and just like it, prophecy came to fruition. Like, people are doing what they're doing, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to stop me from wanting to do things that I want to do.
True.
Now, what I will do is get vaccinated when the vaccine comes available, and I'll go on about my life, because I understand that people are going to make their own decisions for their own reasons, and I get it.
For full disclosure, I am vaccinated.
I get it, and I understand. I get it, and I understand. But what I won't do is tell you what to do, and what I won't do is put too much empathy into things that you don't want to do. Because let the record reflect, we all had to get shots to go to school. I don't understand why it's not understood like that now. But here we are.
I think as time has gone on, a growing distrust with the powers that be probably has changed some of that, because like if you've gone to school, you've been vaccinated for every polio and everything, like you said.
I will say it like this: I don't really understand why white people have a
issue
problem.
with being vaccinated,
right? Because I understand where blacks is inherently present with us. You know what I'm saying? Things have been done to black people.
Yeah.
I don't know why white people
involved in vaccination.
Right, you
Absolutely.
know, involved in vaccination. That part baffles me. They say, "Oh, we don't know what's in the medicine." I say, "Well, I don't really think the people who made this medicine are out to really hurt people. But if you want to look at one indicator of why I don't think it's that bad is, why would you want to give it to your people if you thought it was bad?"
Yeah.
They just gave the Tuskegee experiment to us.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? That was just to us. That was just to us.
Our apprehension is understandable, or
Right.
I don't know. That's clear. That's clear. So I mean, to me, it's a touchy situation, man.
Very touchy, very touchy.
I just feel bad for those people that over the past year been on the front lines, man, risked their lives literally in nursing homes and hospitals and things of that nature, man. And then now it's just like it's almost like you're expendable because of now they want to jump on the side of well, you got to be vaccinated, and it's tough, man. It's tough. Me personally, I'm over it.
Yeah,
my entire family is vaccinated.
I'm over it.
But it's just tough that people still have to go through that kind of decision. But that's the risk that you take, man, being employed, so to speak. You know what I mean? I think that if it's a stipulation of employment, hey, man, you gotta make a decision.
Yeah, you got to choose wisely. I'm not telling anybody what to do, because truthfully, I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? Truthfully, I don't really care what you do, because it's your body, your decision.
I care what you do, because if enough people don't get vaccinated, we still in the same position. So I do care, but I understand it's your choice.
Right? Yeah. Well, the thing, I mean, I don't care what you do, and I say it like that because I understand that you're going to do what you want to do anyway. Some people will get vaccinated. Some people won't get vaccinated. I don't care either way. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be nice to see more people vaccinated, to see what life would be like after that. But my true belief is people are going to be people. People are going to be people. That's the one thing I've known from the beginning.
Besides every coin, man.
Yeah,
people are going to be
people are going to be people. There are still a huge faction of people that just don't believe in vaccinations, period, let alone how fast this one came along. I understood that. I said, well, maybe with new facts, maybe their mind had changed. Okay, it didn't. So it didn't. So when I see it didn't, How can I, I can't get my hopes up all high. I know people who are firmly against vaccinated. I don't argue them down. So, but I know you, so I can't front like things are going to go on.
I completely understand where the hesitancy is coming from, like you said earlier. You know what I mean? Like, with us black people, obviously, our trust is not very high for, vaccinations, the government, etc. And I can also understand why, while others might be hesitant, because this shit happens so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I've never been a part of a pandemic. I've never witnessed a pandemic. I've never partaken in a pandemic. So it's like the vaccine came fast as shit, and I get that. And I had my doubts at first too.
So did I.
But then I got COVID, and I got my family sick, and I was like, I can't be doing this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody here that you're looking at is vaccinated, right? And my thing is this: the bottom line is this: if you choose to or don't choose to, that's on you, man. Like, I don't think you're a bad guy, good guy. I don't, it is what it is. Everybody has their reasons for whatever, and it's cool. But I do feel bad for those frontline individuals who were once deemed heroes, and now a lot of them are seeking unemployment. And it's my understanding they can't.
That's very unfortunate.
But here's the thing: it's my understanding they can't receive unemployment.
Whoa!
In this situation, that's my understanding. And now there was 1,500 in Christianity Care. There was thousands in New York in one specific hospital.
Whoa!
You heard it.
I'm sorry.
You heard me. You heard me. Yeah, you heard me.
Back select dog.
Because if you, a lot of people might not know this, but if an individual is fired from their job, their employer has to approve unemployment.
I know that.
And I've been the person who, a manager at a place where somebody has gotten fired. The corporation has denied their unemployment benefits, and I've been the guy that had to go to the unemployment office and meet with a mediator and that person, because that person was disputing that. You understand what I'm saying? So I know for a fact that people your job has to approve that, and if they don't approve it, you have to appeal, and then a representative from that place of employment and that person have to have a mediator, explain, their sides, and the decision is made at that point whether you will or will not receive unemployment. But in this case, it's my understanding that your job is saying no, we're not going to approve it. Now, whether you can win the appeal or not, that's
neither here nor
there. That's neither here nor there. I don't know that. That's upon further review. But your job, these jobs are not. They're not approving unemployment.
That part I didn't know about. Being a person
that's why I'm here, bro.
Me being a person that is right. You know what I'm saying? That is collecting unemployment. It could be a bitch. It can be a bitch. And I would have assumed in this situation, okay, if we're gonna make a decision to have all our employees vaccinated, if not, they have to go away. I would not have denied unemployment for them as well. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead, get your money. I'm not necessarily against you getting your money. Nah, get your money.
Right.
You probably can't get it here because of the circumstances, but I wouldn't say, oh yeah, well, yeah, he didn't want to work here. Fuck him. No, that's not necessarily the case. I know the case because a lot of times you got to show up. They want to dispute, some things you did structurally wrong. This is all this stuff is really unique because none of us has really been through this before. So I would assume that you would want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, even if you made a decision other than okay, cool.
You would assume wrong, sir.
I'm assuming wrong. That's what I'm saying. I was just today years old when I found that they denying people's unemployment, frontline workers unemployment. And I'm like, well, nah.
Light bulb.
That part, I ain't really with.
I know.
Get your money. Get your money. I'm firmly with get your money. But that part is real crazy. I don't really understand that part. Why now you taking it, to me, you've taken it past beyond a point. Okay, you can't work here just for the simple fact that you being unvaccinated may get people sick. Okay, I get that part. But you can't even collect unemployment because
that's tough, man.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is so different.
Shout out Darnell Vaughan to check in.
That's tough, man.
Shout out Vaughan, man.
Shout out Darren Midget.
Man.
Shout out Jakia Hill.
Closing thoughts on that.
Shout out Jakia.
Appreciate y'all checking in. Listen,
greatly appreciate.
Closing thoughts is, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, again, I feel bad for those individuals.
I do feel bad to an extent,
but it's like I don't know, man. 'Cause I look at it like, sometimes I look at it like it's kind of like if you work somewhere and you can't smoke weed, right? And or you can't kind of work drunk, or you understand what I'm saying? So it's like certain things.
You're bound by the rules of the employer.
You're bound by the rules, man.
Yeah, tough as that may sound.
And this is like, a lot of people, I'm sure, when they started their job, this wasn't even an issue. So it's like there was no standard.
Right.
There was no policy and procedure for this. So it may seem unfair, but coming from the corporate world, I guess I kind of understand it. I don't know if I agree with it, but I get it. Right. As someone who's been in the who was in the military for years, and who's been in corporate America for over 20 years, I understand. I completely understand. Again, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I completely understand. So we're gonna wrap it up.
I would also say this: being a person that was been on probation,
oh shit,
a greater period of my adult life, I've come to know that rules are the rules. True. And they can switch up on you, and if you're not the person or entity that is in charge of the rules, you don't get to make the rules. But real. You still have to show up and abide by the rules. That's
real.
Period.
That's real. So dig it. So here go the next thing, right? So, like I said, I'm a big proponent of the news, man. I watch CNN, I watch local news, whatever. Shout out to
Anderson Cooper.
Nah, fuck Anderson Cooper. Nah, he good peoples. Yo, did y'all know his mom? You know who his mom is?
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
They come from money.
Yeah,
bad money.
Yeah. Anyway, that just popped in my head. I'm like, oh shit.
His aunties, I want to say, is depicted in Godfather of Harlem.
That's real, yo. That's crazy. Shout out to Anderson Cooper, man.
Enlightenment moment.
Yeah, he's that thing. Yeah. So listen,
that
George Floyd.
Hey.
I'm gonna throw the name out there. You know who George Floyd is, right? George Floyd has become somewhat of a martyr, right? And rest in peace, George Floyd. He's fucked up the way he died and all that shit, right? So, in the news recently, and a while ago, I watched where they have a statue of George Floyd in New York City, and I saw where the statue. I know that voice right there. Shout out Humdum. I recognize his voice. I ain't got to turn around. I recognize his voice.
Mustafa.
Schlinger.
Insider.
Major insider.
So dig it, right? So they vandalized the George Floyd statue a couple times. Over and over. They clean it up. Blah, blah. My question is, do we need a George Floyd statue?
You want to tackle this one or no?
Do we need
a George Floyd statue? I don't even think they have a Malcolm X statue.
Let's let that marinate.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Hold on.
Do we need a George Floyd statue?
Let's let that marinate.
With all due respect.
Let's let that marinate for a second. Hold on, fresh. Let that marinate for a second. Let that marinate. What's the question again? One more time. Let the question marinate.
Do the people need The people want the song. The people want the song. I'm sorry, the Martin flashback. The people want the song. Do we need a George Floyd statue? Is that necessary? Again, this is with all due respect to George Floyd and the way that he went and what he's done. Cool. Do we need a George Floyd statue?
Let's take a second. Man, I want to say the right thing here.
Man, dig this here. Dig this here. If you have, or if you had, or probably still have, statues, monuments directed towards the Confederacy, and let the record reflect, a lot of those monuments and statues were erected after the Civil War. So it was done on purpose to actually show, nah. You might have won the war, but around here.
Yeah, around here, yeah.
So, around here, right, so they erected, and still have erected, some very...
Shout out Dave Jones in the building.
Some very disrespectful statues. Now, my perspective is, we should have been had a Malcolm X statue. We should have been had a Marcus Garvey statue. There should be like there's Marcus, like there's a Martin Luther King Boulevard or Lane Avenue in every city in America.
In every hood.
In every hood.
Let's be specific.
Good on every Martin Luther. You know what I'm saying? There should be statues of these people as well. With that being said, yes, I do think there should be a statue of George Floyd.
Elaborate.
Please.
Because what I'm saying is, I think there should be George Floyd, even though there were many people before him, and I hope there aren't, but I assume there will be people after him that will come, that will see the same demise as him through the same circumstances. Right now, he's the face of it. When you think about police brutality, first you think of George Floyd, second you think of Rodney King.
You speaking for you, right?
Okay, yeah.
I disagree. I disagree, and I'll elaborate, but go ahead, let's finish.
I may be thinking for me on that one, but when you think about police brutality, those are some of the first names that come up, and I would say, yeah, okay, if we didn't already have a Rodney King statue, give us the George Floyd statue.
Let me say something.
I like her, cuzzo.
I think, is this about equality or just police brutality? Because I think equality is
whatever
more,
you want it to be about.
more of, because if we're talking,
I say about equality.
Okay.
Well,
so then there are, to me, there are bigger names that would ring. You got Emmett Till, you got Trayvon Martin.
True.
Well,
True.
Just to be clear and to be fair, Trayvon Martin was not killed by the police.
Right, but that's more of an inequality sort of situation where, because if I think the bigger picture is inequality, not police brutality.
Okay.
Police brutality may be down here, but I think inequality may be on a higher level where I think the emphasis needs to be on. But go ahead.
I just think an eye for an eye. I'm a guy, eye for an eye. If you have all these Confederate motherfuckers up, you might as well have some people up that really meant something to some other people. And not only that, they wasn't on some bullshit. They was like, oh, okay, if you got these motherfuckers up, I understand where you coming from and I understand where you at. You don't give a fuck about us, so let me get my people in ready.
So can we get a Tamir Rice statue?
Well, I guess
because Tamir Rice was what, 10 years old, shot by the police.
I'll put it to you like this. We deserve a statue for equality.
But does that equate to a George Floyd statue?
Let me ask. I'll say this: in Minnesota, it might equate to a George Floyd statue.
It's in New York City.
No.
Okay. Well,
my answer is no.
New York City.
My answer is no.
Right. I believe there should be a statue, monument, or something to
George Floyd. The question is, should it be a George Floyd statue, sir?
In Minnesota, yeah, possibly, because he's from Minnesota.
No. What's the name? My man, George Floyd is a Houston native, Fifth Ward. I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying,
Port Arthur.
But he passed.
Yeah, but he moved to Minnesota.
Yeah,
I'm saying, wherever that home state or wherever they felt the most at, give him a statue there.
Okay, if that's
Give him a
their
statue
choice.
there. That's what I'm saying. That's their choice. If that's what I'm saying. If they wanted to erect a monument of George Floyd in Minnesota on the corner where he.
Shit, because Robert E. Lee is statue where they felt, we gonna put up our guy. You know what I mean? I get that, but
at the same time, Robert E. Lee was all through the South. He was all through the South, and people all through the South is all through the South. You just not into. That's what I'm saying. It's an equality thing, because even on the other side of the coin, their thing was an equality thing. They was like, no. Everybody around here gonna know about all of our people.
These people didn't do any good, though. That's my problem. They did zero good.
We're gonna put it in every state available.
But yet we have people who did do actual work for equality, because equality is not for one race; it's for all races. Like,
right.
What equality did George Floyd give us? Well, and again, this is with all due respect. No, what equality did George Floyd give us?
Well, the equality part is. We're not erecting no white people statues for this.
Okay.
So the equality part is.
But do we need to erect a statue? I mean,
I say at least one.
Okay.
But let the record reflect. Also say, like you said, like you so eloquently said. I think they need a Tremere Rice statue in Ohio. I think they need a Rodney King statue in Los Angeles.
So check this out. Brother Darnell Vaughn, shout out Darnell, man. This is he made a very poignant comment, and I'm gonna read it to you. He said, "Don't give us nothing but change. Keep your statues.
That as well.
So here's my thing. Fuck a George Floyd statue, with all due respect. Fuck a Tamir Rice statue. Fuck all them statues. Give us some motherfucking change, man. Give us what the fuck we have, because here's what they do, bro. What they do is they gonna stop clapping, or
that deserves a clap.
What they do is this, right? It's kind of like the fucking they'll throw a bill at us, the Juneteenth shit, right? They'll throw a fucking Juneteenth official holiday at us, and 80% of us will be like, oh great, we won, we got the fuck that. I don't give a fuck about Juneteenth holiday. I don't give a fuck about a George Floyd statue. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Stop fucking killing us, bro. They let a fucking, they got that fucking Asian shit. And all due respect to Asians, they got that fucking Asian bill passed. We still get the fucking George Floyd bill, quote unquote. Like, what the fuck? Yo, like, fuck a statue. Fuck all them statues. I don't give a fuck about none of them statues. Give us what the fuck we asking for. Stop trying to pacify us with the bullshit because we got motherfuckers falling for it. Fuck that. Stop fucking killing us, bro.
Well, to piggyback on your point, I'm firmly for. This ain't enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. You're not even giving us what we asked for. You know, like you said, we want real equality. Through their actions and not their words, they say no. No, that's not happening. Which a lot of us are like, damn, why can't we get equality? So I'm a person who says, okay, we'll take your wins when and where you can get them. Okay, cool. Now, you've had many chances, hundreds of years of chances to get equality right. Am I thinking you're going to get equality right? No. Because you've shown me you don't want equality.
You don't care about equality.
You don't no.
You care about pacification, right. Pacifying,
and not only that, you don't.
Is that
care
a word,
about
pacification?
Nope. You don't care about.
It is now.
You don't care about.
As an official fire nice word, pacification.
Equalification. We're using that. We're using that.
There's another one. Equalification.
Right.
That's another one.
Right. So when I say that we should have a statue, I'm thinking because they ain't giving us anything else. Give me a statue because they.
What does it mean, bro?
Well, here's the thing. It don't mean much to a lot of people per se.
Do it mean something to you?
To an extent, yes, it does. Because
the statue.
Because what I'm saying is, I'm coming from a perspective of they've given us nothing.
Right.
That's still nothing.
So expand on the statue is something.
That's still nothing in my opinion. But go ahead. But go.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it could be not even a statue. And you're like, damn. You feel what I'm saying? It could be not even that. We're not even recognizing. We already told you we don't want equality. But damn. Let me turn around and say, no, we're not going to respect your plaques or your statues either. Those type of things, those are two different things. I don't say they're two different things. They in the same under the same umbrella. But if you're giving me nothing, and
a statue is nothing to me, bro.
Right, got you. It's almost nothing. It's almost nothing because let the record reflect, we don't even have statues or plaques of our people. So, as much as they try to downplay and actually erase the bullshit that has happened to black people, please erect a statue so somebody can understand, hey man, why is this guy up here? You know what? That was for inequality.
Because it creates some dialogue. I get that part, but I get it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a great victory. I'm not saying no, because I feel like good brother be mad. It's not for what I want. That's nothing. But looking at it in a bigger picture is when they give you nothing, take your winning where you can.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But is it a win though? Is what I'm like. I get that. But is it a win really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a small win.
Why?
Because where else can you go and see a George Floyd statue?
Who gives a fuck about a George Floyd statue? Is what I'm saying. Maybe his family.
Let me say this. Okay, I understand how it could be, because of course you got perspective. So let's look at it from this perspective. Like you said, a George Floyd statue may spark conversation on some level that could spark maybe the next mind or the next conversation to move certain things forward. Now, on a large scale, considering what has been done, is it a victory on that perspective? Nah, absolutely not. But in terms of, I'm not even gonna call it progress. I understand what you're saying in terms of, okay, it's something, because if you continuously give nothing, and then you give something, you have to at least make something out of the little bit that's given. It can spark something. I don't know what that something is, but you have to begin somewhere. A house doesn't start to be built from just literally nothing. You have to have one brick.
You don't have windows in front.
This is a proverbial one brick. Does one brick mean anything in a grand scheme? If you're riding by and it's an empty lot and there's one brick there, you're looking like empty shit. That means nothing. But on a small scale, that brick may lead to some other building blocks. Who knows? So it's just perspective. On one end, is it a win from the big scheme, grand scheme of things?
It's a pacifier, bro.
You can look at it that way. That's one way to look at it. It's not the only way to look at it.
It's a fucking pacifier. They throw some bullshit at us because they know that 50% is going to say, "Oh shit, we winning. We got a George Floyd statue. They listening." Nah, motherfucker, they ain't listening. They killed that man, and they killed niggas since then.
And they gonna keep killing them.
Exactly. So fuck us. Thank you. So fuck a statue. It don't mean shit
with you, because I don't care about that statue. But like I said, there's perspectives, and even you got to understand that there is perspectives that you can look at this from, man. And on some level, some little kid may look at that fucking statue. You may get 1 million kids, and one kid may look at that and say, you know what, it may be the mind to spark something. I don't know. We can't say that. But if there's constantly 0, nothing, then we don't even have that.
That is 0, nothing.
Not necessarily, because this is.
I know. I'm being an asshole. You know, that's what I do. That's what I do. But I do think it's bullshit.
Absolutely.
It's not as big.
Hold on, before you go, let the record reflect. I don't give two fucks about that statue. So
I may give one for that too.
Now, no, I don't give two fucks about that statue, but I do understand.
Let the record reflect. I'm a dickhead, and I'm going to go hard in the paint for the other direction. That's just what the fuck I do. But
Finishes off.
No,
I
the thing
understand.
is, I think
Finish
I'm
this
going
off.
harder in the paint for the same aspect because I look at it like this. Just the same way they're trying to take critical thinking
Shout out to
about,
George Floyd and his family, man.
you know what I'm saying? They're trying to take that out of
Shout out to all
school.
the victims of
They're trying to scrub.
police brutality and inequality.
Yeah, you know what? I take my hat off. But the same way they're trying to scrub slavery from school, the same way they're trying to scrub critical thinking from school. The whole reason why they trying to scrub it is if we never introduce you to it.
Critical race theory.
Yeah, critical race theory. If you're never introduced to it, you don't know how to act to it. So you will probably acquiesce to your other whims. If you don't know about slavery, how could you ever be against slavery? You understand what I'm saying?
It's a far-fetched concept to you. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Right, so if you've never been exposed to somebody being treated unequitably,
Say it again.
unequitably,
One more time.
unequitably.
Hey man, Urban Dictionary, get at us, man. Get at us, Urban Dictionary.
Here's the thing with that. You may think that killing George Floyd was okay. If you never thought that killing George Floyd wasn't okay.
I have a problem with that. Time out. I have a problem with that because I don't think as a
Okay.
human being you can watch that and feel as though that was okay. I just don't.
No.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying. I'm
The
not.
only thing is about
Hold on.
that.
Let me get this out. Let me get this out. If you
Let me talk. Let me
talk. If you are a human being and you watch the video, you watch that public killing, okay? That was a murder. Period. That's a murder. There's like that's one of the more graphic showings of a murder. That's a guy literally powerless under your knee as a guy in power with a gun, with the badge, with superior. I mean, a combat around you,
folks.
and you murdered that man. So that to me, that's a big difference in that. Now, proceed.
The funny thing is about that is we all witnessed this man murdered on broadcast television.
Wax.
On wax. And there was still people saying, I'm okay with that.
He was high. He should have did this. He blah blah blah. Like, fuck out of here, man. That's why a statue. I was like, fuck a statue.
So that but that's the whole reason why I say no, erect a statue for those same people who may have those preconceived notions about people and don't know the context or the backstory of why he was murdered.
The statue don't change their mind, bro.
No, it may.
The statue don't change their mind,
Let
bro.
me explain.
If you think that man deserved to die, if you saw that video and think that man deserved to die and he asked for it, the statue ain't gonna change your fucking mind.
As crazy as
Everybody's seen the video. Everybody's seen the video.
I don't agree with that.
I will put it to you like
I don't
this.
agree with that.
I know everybody has not seen the video, and I will still say there are people who see the video saying, I see no lies here. I see no lies
No
here.
lies meaning what? Meaning he deserved to die?
Even though we know that's
No lies meaning he deserved to die?
Yeah.
Exactly. And the people who think that a statue ain't gonna change their mind.
No, what I'm saying is, if there was a person who was still open-minded enough, who was exposed to that mind state, that was okay. But then now you see a statue. Why'd you erect a statue of someone I thought was dealt with in the proper manner? And then they say, well, this is what happened. And you ain't got to slant in no type of way. All I'm saying is with, because I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from experience now.
You was choked out and killed?
None of that. None of that. What I'm saying is,
I was just asking. I don't know.
what I'm saying is, if certain shit wasn't out there, for me to see, it just a beaker, a buoy, a lighthouse, I would have never have said, "Oh, let me read about this. Let me and get my own conclusion about it, regardless of how I felt about it before. I didn't have this information." So, if you happen to see a statue of someone, hey, that likes a black guy. What's up with this?
But you just said that a person could have seen what happened to him, and agree that it should have happened because he did whatever wrong, and then that statue is going to make them say, maybe he wasn't wrong.
Here's the thing. If you came up in a house, which a lot of us do, those are the people who actually shape what's going on with you.
Okay. And the statue's going to change that?
Right. So, if you're 12 years old and you came up in a house that gave certain type of instruction, and then you get out of your house and you say, and you at least get, well, shit ain't just like it is in my house. Like they say it is in my house. Like I have seen in my own life.
Who do you think is vandalizing the statue? The people who think he deserved that shit.
This is the same thing I'm talking about.
No, it's not. That's opposite what the fuck you're saying.
So someone who may not know George Floyd's situation might say, why are they vandalizing this man's statue? And then now we have a conversation.
It could spark some discussion.
That's what I'm saying.
It could spark some
discussion. Hey, check this out.
This could be somebody from Bucharest. That's our
nigga from Bucharest. Right. Nigga from Bucharest ain't going to New York just to spray his statue. No. I'm just listen. Here's the thing.
That's happening here.
First of all, to everybody watching, this is what we do. We argue all the time. We debate. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. I love him. He loves me. This is what we do. But it's wrong. Damn it! The nigga's wrong, man. The nigga is fucking wrong. Everybody the motherfuckers that are vandalizing this motherfucking statue are the motherfuckers that watched that video and said,
Jackson?
Yeah. The motherfuckers that watched that video said this motherfucking man was on drugs, he was high, he resisted, blah blah. That's what the fuck those. That's who vandalized. So what are we talking about?
We're not talking about people whose minds are already made up. We're talking about people who are actually inquisitive. We know we can't change people's minds whose already minds is made up.
So we're talking about babies?
Yes,
a baby. So a baby came out to the statue and said, "Yo, this is
a baby in the mentality." I ain't talking about just babies. A baby in the mentality. That's what I'm talking about. A baby in the mentality, where your slate is a little bit cleaner than other people's. That's what I'm saying. Someone who's still open to, hey, you know what? That sounds fair. Not someone who has already made decisions.
Closing thoughts, bro.
What sounds fair? Statue?
Closing thoughts.
All I'm saying is.
You right, brother Darius. Shut up.
All I'm saying is, if you can erect statues of Robert E. Lee and all these motherfuckers throughout states that they wasn't even from, just for the simple fact to remind people of your place, and other people who don't know about them several hundred years later say, hey, what's up with these people? And then people tell them what the fuck they did. Why can't that work in the reverse? If you've never heard of Marcus Garvey and you see Marcus Garvey prominently statued in the middle of your city, you might want to ask a question about what he's about and why does he have a statue in the middle of our damn city?
Marcus Garvey and George Floyd are two completely separate people, bro.
But what I'm saying is, if you don't already have no preconceived, or if you have preconceived notions to an extent, but you still open, you will wonder why you would have a statue of Marcus Garvey in the middle of Charlottesville, Virginia. And if somebody was around, or if you was inquisitive enough, you will find out why you would have, this guy fought for equality where these other dudes didn't.
They will burn Charlottesville, Virginia down.
Right, but the same way,
a statue of Marcus Garvey out of there.
But the same way, they want to remind you of the shit that they did for the Confederacy. Why won't that work for the same way for our people? In statues and plaques and stuff.
They will burn Charlottesville down.
I ain't saying it's a big thing. I ain't saying it's a small thing. But I say there should be a civil rights and or equality statue, plaque, something in every fucking city in America.
Closing thoughts, bro.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
All right.
When the camera cut off, we can fight. Fuck it.
Nah,
fuck that. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Funny thing is, we agree to a certain extent. We agree to a certain extent.
Nah, listen. I respect everybody's opinion, especially my brother's opinion. So, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna agree to disagree, but but we're gonna leave it at that. Everybody's opinion matters, so we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, all y'all opinion matter. Check in with us. Check in with us.
Oh, they checking on they going at you on the check-in. They checking in on the check-in.
No, tell me what they
and
saying.
they going at you.
Tell me what they saying.
They checking in on the check-in.
Tell me what they saying. So maybe I can address that. Maybe I can address that.
Okay.
Maybe I can address that.
All right, hold on. Let me go back a little bit.
Tell me what they said.
So
I mean, fuck statues. I mean,
so Darnell said, "Fresh, we living in the age of information.
okay.
People know what's going on. Hearts make decisions.
No, and that's not
Let me finish what he said.
Okay, you right.
People know what's going on. Hearts make decisions daily, and the conditions of this country have helped to darken the hearts even more."
I disagree with you. Even though I agree with, yes, we are in an information age, but I would assume, well, no, I believe people are actually not as smart as you would be, because nobody looks up shit that they should look up.
Smart and informed are two different things.
Yeah. Okay.
He said informed. Smart and informed are two completely separate things.
What? But this is what I'm saying
about the situation that we're talking about.
Right.
That don't make you smart.
Right. But we talking about being informed. So if you don't know black people, you may not be informed through the internet. If you don't know where to look about black shit, you may not be informed through the internet.
Well, who's not informed about George Floyd, bro?
No. George Floyd is the face of equality, and the question is,
perhaps
should we have
the latest face of police?
Right, and I say yes. Because the
police
people
misconduct.
Because the people of today are not as informed as they should be, and just like they have statues and stuff of whoever, and people say, "Oh, who's that?" And you've been living in this town all your life, and this person is from this town, and you don't even know him. And you still got a smartphone in your hand, don't you? Who knows who William Bancroft is? I bet you don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Do you know who Charles Drew is?
Is that relevant to this conversation?
Yes.
How?
Because what I'm saying is, you didn't know these people. But you could look them up. Right. Nobody's looking them up. So you're not as informed as you should be.
About this situation.
Right. So what I'm saying is, everybody thinks they're up on equality. They're not, because the whole thing is, we want to be equal, but the people who need to treat us equal don't know about us being equal. So they
don't give a fuck. They know.
No,
they don't know.
Not everybody. You say like everybody. They
don't know that.
He says everybody. He says everybody.
So you're saying that people that need to treat us equal don't know that we're not being treated equal? They're well aware.
No,
they've been aware for years and years and years and years. They're well aware.
Not everybody treats you bad. No, they're treating you bad. They just know this how shit has been going forever.
Let me say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm not sure Hitler thought he was wrong.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
In every fiber of his being,
Hitler knew he was wrong. Trump knew he was wrong. They're the same person.
I don't know if they.
They're the same person. They knew what they were doing.
I disagree.
They're very smart.
Agree to disagree.
Listen, we're gonna have to then. They're very smart individuals, regardless of the faces
that they believe.
Regardless of the faces that Trump makes and how much of a dickhead he is. He's a pretty smart individual. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. Every move he made was very calculated.
I get
you. He talking about Trump.
Okay,
but the conversation. No. I'm not. Because this man mentioned Hitler, and Hitler in my book, Hitler and Trump are the same person. They read from the same playbook because they both know what the fuck is going on. They both make very calculated moves. Very calculated moves. They know what they're doing. They're very well informed. They know what they're doing, bro.
But everybody in the world ain't as informed as me, you, Donald Trump. That's what you're assuming.
How can you not be? It's the information age.
But not. It can be information age, and what you believe in is what you believe in.
Yeah.
Information. Fuck the information. This is what I believe in. This is how I think.
Yeah,
this is what I believe in. I believe in wholeheartedly. Information is as simple as this. Information is wrong.
So people didn't know that killing George Floyd the way they did was wrong.
Some people didn't. I ain't saying they right.
Did they not know? Hold on. You just asked me. Hold on. Right. Let me ask you again. people didn't know that choking that man out is that they didn't know or they didn't give a fuck and they had bias that told them he's black, so he gotta be wrong.
People that didn't know. That's what I'm saying. Even
get the fuck.
Okay, so there are some people that didn't know. Okay, I ain't saying I'm not saying I agree with
nobody that watched that. Nobody thought it was okay to choke that man out.
I ain't saying
nobody. Okay is right. Okay and right are the same thing.
There was people who thought it was okay for him to choke him out because he didn't immediately get locked up. So I know it was people thought, yeah, that's cool. His own cohorts thought it was cool.
They thought it was cool. They didn't think it was right.
Nah, I disagree with that. I disagree. But let's agree to disagree, man. It's that hour, man. It's that hour though, man. Wow. It's that hour, man.
Wow.
It's that hour. It's time, man. It's time to talk about the weekend that just happened.
No, not yet. We got one more. We got one more thing.
Oh man,
we got one more thing. That
chock full tonight.
That went overboard because motherfuckers was engaged. So if motherfuckers engaged, we're gonna keep rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? That was good shit right there.
Good shit.
That was good shit right there. That was good shit. But let me just say this to the people watching. When the cameras go off, me and this nigga, we gonna rumble. Then I'm gonna leave it right there. You ain't gonna see it though.
And the people that know me know I live a peaceful route.
We gonna thumb wrestle.
I'm a pacifist.
We gonna thumb wrestle. We gonna thumb wrestle.
I'm a pacifist.
We gonna thumb wrestle.
I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke at all.
Why don't y'all play Squid Game?
Now we gonna.
The Squid Game is #1 in Bucharest.
Green light, red light. All right, so listen, one more thing, and then we're gonna get to the yada man. So, again, I'm a socially conscious guy, man. I watch a lot of news.
Thank you for being there.
So, a hot topic, man, especially in the state of Texas.
Oh, they do it big.
Is abortion. Or lack thereof. Because what Texas is saying is, the people of Texas are saying that after 6 weeks, here's the understanding that people get. The understanding is that after 6 weeks, a woman can't get an abortion. But here's what they're actually saying. Because I read about this. I did my research. What they're actually saying is, once there's a heartbeat, right. Once there's a heartbeat, which is normally around 6. That was weird as fuck. That was creepy. Which is around 6 weeks, the heartbeat ish. So they're saying once there's a heartbeat found, no abortion can be done. And from my understanding, a lot of women don't know that they're even pregnant until at least 6 weeks because they're just missing their cycle around 5-6 weeks. Or they just notice their cycle hasn't come around 5-6 weeks.
Your cycle.
But dig this. Here's what people ain't talking about. What a lot of people might not know, right? I dug into this shit, bro.
He from Texas. Well, I ain't gonna say from Texas.
Shit.
But
yeah, I ain't from Texas at all. But I live here and I love Texas. Shout out to Killeen. Shout out Rancier, all that. So listen. So right? You, Joe Citizen, right? Let's say there's a lady in here, right? And this lady in here gets an abortion, right? At 7 weeks, right? And you find out, you, Joe Citizen, can sue whoever provided her with that abortion. You can sue that person. Hold on. You can sue that person and get up to $10,000 because that person gave her an abortion. And here's the real kicker, right? With a lot of bills that's passed, abortion clinics, doctors that give abortions, they can sue the government, right? But in this situation, they can't.
Right.
And the reason they can't is because the private citizen is the one that's able to sue. What the fuck, man?
Yo, man.
It's not just Texas. It's also Mississippi.
This is true. It's to young Rose's point, it's not just Texas. I'm just focusing on Texas specifically, but it's not just Texas.
To me, that sort of kind of piggybacks on the point of why they don't want to inform people about having statutes and stuff like that. Why would we want to bring up anything that's beneficial to you when actually it'll actually be beneficial to us?
Hold on. What kind of cluster fuck is that?
You heard it.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Wait a minute.
You heard
Speak
me.
on it, man. Speak
heard
on
me?
it and I'll get back.
You heard me, bro.
Speak on it and
heard
I'll
me?
get back, man.
Hold on,
Because I feel
Time
so
out.
much. I feel.
So let me make sure I
brother, man.
understand this
Appreciate
correctly.
it, man. Appreciate
So
it.
Joe
Shout
Schmo,
out
Joe
to brother Mark,
Citizen,
man.
Sue everybody.
Yeah.
Every citizen
Even Uber drivers.
is now a private attorney general.
Yep.
Family members, abortion funds, rape crisis counselors, and other medical professionals could be open to lawsuits under the broad language in the bill.
Yes.
According to legal experts and physicians who oppose the measure, people who sued would be awarded at least $10,000 as well as costs for attorney fees if they won.
You know what's crazy about that? And it's not even a belief of mine. It's not even something I believe in. It's something that is factual. And it's something that's been researched.
I don't have no comment on this shit. This shit is, I can't even wrap my mind around it.
It piggybacks on the point that bro made earlier about not having a statue or a plaque or something like that. To me. Now, how I see this is,
So I'm just camping out at abortion clinics.
dig this here. If you know that people are your capital, what would you need more of? People are your capital. It might be a little drawn out. People are your capital. The South states have never gave a fuck about equality. They've always said people are our capital. We don't care about equality or nothing like that. You get to power, you get to do what the fuck you want to do.
Examples: free slavery, slave trade, slave labor. Proceed.
Shout out Jim Crow, you bitch.
So when you have someone,
The 13th Amendment. Boom.
so when you have someone or an entity for hundreds of years that said no, people are our capital. Whether we gain capital, whether we gain something off their labor or just the people, which they've known from the beginning, which we didn't know. They've known from the beginning. Not only can we profit off just your body, we can profit off the laws that we can make from what we can do with your body. That's always been the mantra of those southern states.
The powers that
No,
be in the southern
the
states.
southern states.
Right.
In the southern states. We don't care. They just started taking down monuments that was brought by the daughters of the Confederacy.
Watch the 13th on Netflix and
Right.
shed some light on that. So with Bro's talking, some of the earlier involvement, but proceed.
So, how do you keep capital when your people that reside in your state are capital? Oh, first, we have to have more people, period. That's the first one. But the second one is even more critical. Who are the people most likely to have an abortion? This law is not for me. This law is for you. Because even if my daughter has or my son has a child that we don't like, we can still take care of it. Because guess what? We are the powers that be. But for this law's sake, this ain't about us. It's about y'all. Because our capital is people. People. Our capital is people. And not only people, it's your propensity to do what you're going to do as a people.
Let me give you a different angle, bro.
Let me just, it's a short thing. They say,
My
hold
apologies.
on. They say,
Finish the point.
no, it's short. They say, if we already know we can keep them poor, they will ultimately come into our system some type of way. So yes, we are not for abortion because you guys fund our shit. why would we be above abortion? Why? What do you mean? This guy is not potentially. We're setting this person up to be more capital in more ways than one, than just being a human. No, we're setting them up to go to jail and to never actually ever can do anything against us. And when they come out of jail, we already know exactly what they can do.
Thoughts, bro.
I want you to finish your point.
I'm speechless.
Go ahead.
I'm speechless.
So here's another angle I want y'all to look at.
Okay.
Right? So a lot of people call us minorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what a lot of people don't know is we are the global majority.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Brown and black people.
Look up this sparrow.
Brown and black people are the global majority, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what a lot of these white people are realizing, because if you think about this, the people who make these decisions and who made the decision about the whole Texas abortion and abortion in general are a bunch of old ass fucking white men.
When they talking about classism,
Right?
when they speak of minority and majority, they're talking about classism.
A bunch of old ass white men who've never had an abortion, who've never been pregnant,
Let me just say this: your body, your choice.
who can't get pregnant, right? So first of all, in my opinion, it's just ridiculous that a bunch of men, period.
Your body,
but
your choice.
But definitely a bunch of old ass white men, right? But look at it from this. Again, we're the global majority.
Mm-hmm.
They know that, right? They know we're the global majority.
Mm-hmm.
So one way to make sure that they keep reproducing is to stop abortion, right? Because if they stop abortion, because what a lot of people don't know is black women aren't necessarily the individuals who get abortions.
Statistically say that
we may think that
Statistically,
we may think that,
right?
but black women aren't the individuals who get abortions the most.
They're not.
Right? So what I think,
But who's the face of abortion?
Well, that's a different question.
Right.
That's different.
True.
That's two different.
True.
That's two different.
but the twist I want everybody to think about is, again, we're the global majority, and their way of trying to even out the odds is to say, hey man, hey, no more abortions.
That's fair.
No more abortions.
I mean, that's fair.
Because it's too many of them and not enough of us. So no more abortions. Let's cut that shit out because we got some fucking catching up to do. Because at some point, all these black and brown people are gonna take shit over, right? Because they see that, I see it, and they see it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what they're thinking is, stop abortion. Let's get our white numbers back up. Let's get them back up.
Now,
We got to even this thing out a little bit.
Darnell Vaughn has a totally different take where he says they want to kill people. More people means resources get used up more. It's just another form of control. Look at the Planned Parent. Look at the origins of Planned Parenthood. So that's a totally different take.
You know what? Let's look at the origins of Planned Parenthood. A fucked up Charlotte Margaret Sanger. She was a big force. She was a big voice, a big resource behind Planned Parenthood. Her number one goal, we don't need these niggas. Her number one goal was exterminate niggas. Period. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of times, people make laws, statutes, policy, and they're not thinking about their own people. Even though the numbers may suggest it will work, you know what I'm saying? No, they're saying, hold on, Margaret Sanger. We ain't worried about our daughters of the Confederacy. She said, yeah, you're right. I'm not thinking about the daughters of our Confederacy, which we funded and helped erect a whole lot of Confederate monuments and statues. Mm-hmm. I'm not thinking about our people being aborted because we actually make law and policy. So if Margaret Sanger, who happens to be white, is talking to another white person. These laws ain't for us. These laws are for other people. I'm making a Planned Parenthood to exterminate the other races. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Planned Parenthood was a big reason why it was made was to exterminate minorities, mainly blacks.
Look where it's at. They're all in the hood.
That's true.
Hello, how are you? So
true.
what I'm saying is,
Hold on. The brother James Matthews said, "Look where they're at," but look where the anti-abortion laws are. Planned Parenthood may be here, but where's the anti-abortion laws?
That's mostly in the suburbs.
Okay,
But
so
that's because once upon a time, black women.
You talking about now?
Were no. Let me make my point. That's because once upon a time, black women were getting abortions at a much higher level than white women,
and a much dangerous, more dangerous.
So that's where that whole thing came from. But now shit has shifted. It's shifted now, and that's not the case anymore.
shifted to what?
I don't even know if it's
Shifted to what?
shifted. I mean, not saying it's shifted, but like, with you, it's like it seems like more black women are having abortions.
But like you just said, what was said earlier was that the face of abortion may be minorities, but
Right.
the actual statistics and numbers show that that's
Just
not
like
the
white
case.
people are the minority right now. in
So
America.
where are the majority of the anti-abortion laws, where you have mainly higher white population? So that what would be perceived as, okay, you cannot abort where we're primarily domiciled.
Right.
So that would almost support not population control, but almost population
They want
encouragement.
They want to.
population encouragement.
They want
right?
the motherfuckers making these laws, as I said, are a bunch of old white men. There's no way in the world that these old white men would be okay with this if black women were still having the most abortions. They wouldn't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. My point is, it's not that's not the case anymore. Back in 2008, 9, 10, that was the case where black women were getting way more abortions than white women. That's not the case anymore. And that's why these white men are saying, nah, fuck these abortions. We need more white people.
Let's look something up because Jad Penn said Georgia has the same fucked up law. You can't abort if you're raped, and they even let your rapists get parental rights to the child.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say that next. Very good point, Jad Penn.
The overwhelming majority would think that Georgia, not Atlanta, but Georgia is mainly populated by black people.
False. Right? That is false.
Wrong.
That is very false.
It is still a Confederate.
Have you seen what they tried to do? I mean, even as them being a minority.
I'll go right along with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I'll go right along with what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, in a state like Georgia where it's a predominantly, contrary to popular belief, yeah, Atlanta is fucking overwhelmingly black. But you gotta remember, you've got Athens, you got where else in Atlanta? You've got Savannah, you've got so many other.
Savannah.
You've got so
Savannah
many
is a
other
racist ass city
in Georgia, not Atlanta, Georgia.
I guess we see it. I mean,
somebody look that up, man. What is the population of Georgia?
I just say it like this.
Georgia is a Republican state, bro.
Yes, it is.
Period.
But because it's a Republican state doesn't necessarily mean that it is a predominantly, like, the population wise. Can we say, is the population majority black or white? What's the population?
This is the thing I keep saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. It doesn't matter what the population is. The people who make the law say
no. I'm not. Listen. What I'm saying is, if the population is predominantly white and the legislation is Republican,
the legislation isn't Republican per se, because
is it a Republican state?
No. It flipped.
Let's take a look.
It flipped to Democrat.
Somebody take a look. Let's figure this out.
When Obama came in, it flipped to Democrat.
No. It didn't flip to. It only flipped to Democrats. Just this year, just this last one. That's what I'm saying. It was a controversy.
It was a swing.
It was a swing state.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. They fought so hard against. Oh, we are the minority. We fighting for whatever I need. What I'm saying is, I guess we see the same thing. We see the same thing, sort of, kind of, from the same way. It's just he's saying that there's. I'm saying that they're saying they want abortion to stay because they understand how capital works and people are their capital. He's saying they want abortion to stay for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? We all saying that Jews saying abortion not being had is wrong. We all are saying that. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, it's just turned to a blue state. If you look at how they even vote, a small contingent can overpower a bigger contingent because of how they gerrymander the votes.
Yeah.
That's not our doing.
Georgia's 58% white, by the way. We just got that
Right.
intel.
But that's not our doing. That's not our doing. Us gerrymandering shit. That's people who have the power to move shit. Absolutely. And they say, you know what? And you might be saying it a different way, but like, this is our last stand. Mm-hmm. This is our last stand. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at it. We're looking at the same thing the same way, but we taking it differently. Oh, this is our last stand. We need every piece of capital because this is how we've been doing it forever. But we still need every piece of capital because we see people waking up. Not as many as it's going to take to change overnight. But we see people waking up. So, let's just say, hold on. We already got the laws and policy in place to make them what we want to make them. Chances are, if you come from a certain area code, you're not going to come out right. You feel what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, hold on. So that's what I'm saying. Before we even get to, hold tight. We got to keep our capital. And people are our capital. Now, back in the days, it was in more than one way, but nowadays it could be just one way. But the people are our capital because we don't make as much off of our people because we can't exploit our people because they know the fucking shit. We gotta exploit other people even if they know the motherfucking shit is rigged against them.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, that's real shit. You know what I'm saying? And this whole abortion thing is not just about, like we mentioned, it's not just about Texas. It's many other states that are, trying to take on this policy law, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
This clusterfuck.
This clusterfuck is what it is.
Yes, your body, your choice.
And either way, like he said, your body, your choice. And like you mentioned earlier, or one of you mentioned, Jad Penn even stated. And thanks Jad Penn. Shout out Jad Penn. She even stated that they don't even give a fuck if you've been raped, sexually assaulted, etc. They don't give a fuck. That should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot right there.
So that point right there tells you I don't really give a fuck about you.
Okay, I don't care how this commodity got here.
That tells you a lot right there.
I want the product. Proceed.
Period. So I'm gonna end it by saying, your body, your choice. That's how I think we all can probably
sure we all
here can agree on that.
Your body,
your choice, man.
Your body, your choice.
At the end of the day, the one that has to carry that burden, the one that has to carry that baby for 9 months, the one that has to go through the labor, the one that is ultimately going to have to care for this baby is the woman who was impregnated with the baby. So the fact that a bunch of old ass white men or men or whoever the fuck can make that decision for you, in my opinion, is fucking ludicrous.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's ridiculous.
It is. Yeah.
It's not okay.
What bro said.
Period. You understand what I'm talking about? It's not okay, right? So that was good shit, man. That was good shit. I appreciate y'all chiming in, man.
Yeah, thank y'all.
That shit was buzzing.
Thank y'all.
That shit was
thank
buzzing.
y'all, man. Thank y'all for chiming in.
And I appreciate that, man. So what we gonna do now is we gonna give Brother P what he been waiting for, cause he chomping at the bit.
I ain't chomping at the bit, man. Why you trying to make it sound like a man?
Nah, he chomping at the bit.
Stop it, B, man. What's wrong with your guy,
So
man?
I can honestly say it didn't look like he was chomping at the bit.
Nah, that's
to me.
That's because you didn't know he was over here tapping under the table and
Okay,
shit.
cool, no problem.
Oh, wow. This nigga, man.
So
man, how-
Remember that bum wrestling shit he was talking about earlier?
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
Let's thumb wrestle them. What's
Nah, this ain't.
Fuck that
Take
shit.
the thumb out of that
He gonna
shit.
get jumped.
Yeah,
After the
man.
jump, he gonna get jumped.
Yo, man.
He gonna fight
Mark,
everybody.
let me get a lemon water, bro.
So we're gonna move on,
Fight everybody.
man.
Let me get a Yingling too, please.
We're gonna move on to a little sports, man.
Pin.
I want to start by saying this. Newly reported within the last 30 minutes, I've been getting motherfuckers been hitting my phone, blowing my phone up. The Dallas Cowboys have just cut Jalen Smith.
What?
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys
Why?
have just cut Jalen Smith.
What's the?
In my opinion,
What?
I'm okay with it because he hasn't been. Okay, so we all know Jalen Smith was drafted second round in Notre Dame.
Oh, well,
and
shit.
he couldn't play. He couldn't play the first year because his knee was fucked up.
Right.
So the second year he came back, he
He did pretty good that first year back.
You can see the potential, but he still was a step behind. But then the next year, he was on fire, completely on fire, to the point where he got to resign to a nice hefty contract. But then, since then, he's been right. So and then we got the young boy LVE, who in my mind,
Leighton Vander Esch.
who in my mind, and I always say this. Shout out to Oya Grand G. Me and him have a conversation about this, and I always say that. To me, it appeared that Jalen was the muscle and LVE was the brain. And last year, LVE got hurt, so Jalen was out there by himself. He was running shit, and he didn't look the same to me. And I felt like, okay, this is a telltale sign that he can't run it. He can't run shit by himself because LVE
not a
was,
Mike.
LVE was the
He's not
brain.
a Mike linebacker.
Like Sean Lee was
He's
the
not a
brain
Mike.
too. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like
He's a well saying.
he was
He's better suited for him.
and I've noticed last year and this year he's gotten a step slower. He hasn't covered the same. So I'm really not. I'm surprised it happened right now.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. I'm right now.
I'm surprised it happened when
weird
it did. But then again, I'm not surprised because we got Micah Parsons who can play linebacker / DE. We got Jabril Cox. We got Gifford. So we got a few cats I think who
And Vander Esch too.
And we got Keanu Neal from ATL.
Let me get a lemon water.
So
Mark.
so I
No,
feel,
no, keep
With
that.
ice.
Thank you.
Heavy
so I-
on the lemons.
So I feel like if any time now is the perfect time because we have several people I feel like who can step in his spot and do better, a lot better than what he's done in the last season and this season. So I'm okay with it. I'm not, it is what it is. I hope he lands on his feet. I like the guy as a person. I don't know.
Probably
I
in
don't
the
know him,
NFCs. You're not
obviously.
Somewhere in the NFCs.
But I hope he lands on his feet and does okay. Right?
Not holding on to him until the end of the season. Still gotta pay him $7.25.
Because we got other people. The question was why not hold on to him to the end of the season because you still got to pay him. True story. But OG, what's going on, baby?
OG.
What's happening?
OG.
So I do is tell you.
OG.
So I think the reason you too, bro. I think the reason we let him go now is because, like I said, we got other people who are ready to step in. We had Keanu Neal, who was on COVID injured reserve list, but now he's coming back this week. So I feel like, and we got the young boy Jabril Cox from LSU, who's a rookie, and who's in my mind is excelling. We got Bradley Anae from Penn State a couple years ago. So in my mind, I feel like we got people. Listen, bro, that's what I do. So I feel like we got people who can step in right now and play better than him right now, play faster than him right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the move. Again, I hope he turns out all right. I hope he lands on his feet. Hope he does his thing. He seems like he's a good kid. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, good brother.
So I hope he lands on his feet.
Thank you.
But I wanted to bring it up before we talk about other shit. So first thing I want to talk about is this though. I'm gonna say a name, and I'm gonna let y'all. I'm sure y'all up on the sports news. So I'm gonna let y'all speak. Urban Meyer. Y'all go. Y'all go.
Hey yo, you want me to go? Or you go.
Now I'm just gonna go real quick. fuck is wrong with you, man?
Can you tell them what's the situation in case they don't know, bro?
Urban Meyer was caught on camera in a very uncompromising position with a young lady. Wasn't it his bar? Was it his bar?
It was his bar.
Urban Meyer's restaurant.
Now, mind you, you're not Robert Kraft. You can't afford to. You know what? Fresh go, because I. You know what? Never mind.
This was fresh off a Thursday night loss to the Bengals.
I'll put it like
Was
this.
that a shot? The Bengals? Was that a shot?
That was a shot. Shout out Ed. That was Ed.
Shout out Ed. Shout out good brother Ed. I was surprised, like the good brother just said. I was surprised because of his level of ignorance. I want to say, like, you don't think people. Hold on. It's Urban Meyer at Urban Meyer's restaurant. You don't think anybody in there was going to be, you know what I'm saying, if anything, skeptical? You're in your restaurant. You just lost. What are you doing in Ohio? The restaurant's in Ohio. Yeah, we got a couple days. I'm not going to fly back to Jacksonville. I'm going to fly to Ohio.
The team went back to Jacksonville.
The team
He was already in Ohio. It was in Cincinnati.
Right. They flew back home. Like, we're going back home. He said, I'm going to stay a little bit. Catch up with some old, some folks, and that's what it is. Now, fast forward to the actual incident. I saw the man sitting at the bar, I want to say, and he was being, but no, I'll say this. A female was very, 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 very close to him.
How close?
Very, 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 very close. That's it. That's 4 verse.
That's pretty close.
That's damn close. That man is married. Now, the thing I look at, somebody brought up, and I said, that makes a lot of sense. It said, damn what your wife would say, you'll have to deal with that. You got to face some people in the locker room. Bruh. Now, you got 21-year-old rookies. Bruh, fuck is you doing? Looking at you like you a fool. Like, bruh, this ain't fucking, this ain't Gainesville. This ain't Utah. This is the professional leagues. People are watching you, period. Good, bad, right, wrong, and different.
It's a very questionable lapse in judgment, to say the least. To say the least. It's a questionable lapse in judgment, to say the least, considering your situation. Put it that way.
Now, to speak on good brother JT's point, this is par for the course for Urban Myers.
See, at least he's consistent.
Yeah, the consistency is great. You're like, at least he know how to spot consistency because he's a consistent motherfucker himself.
He's consistently whack.
Now, here's the thing I say,
And his team sucks.
and I didn't think it was going to matter this much, but it seemed like it's mattering. I'm like, it seems like the NFL is just too much for Urban Myers because nothing I can reflect in preseason. You hired and had to fire your strength and coordinator coach because of improprieties that he had back at your old job.
And you try to bring Tim Tebow on as a tight end?
Let the record reflect. You try to bring your mans,
A tight end.
your son from another mother, Tim Tebow, which I wasn't that mad at, but I was like, in NFL terms, there are tight ends that you could bring in to play tight end. Okay. Now,
Nepotism at his best.
with Urban Myers showing up and
That's not even his
performing
son.
how he's performed, I'm like some other people. Now, his seat may not be as hot as some people say it is, but it's hot. It's fucking hot.
I don't think his seat is hot per se. I just think right now you put a very questionable blemish on a record that didn't need a blemish, because I think the owner going to stick with him only because you got the owner.
You're the owner?
No, time out.
Okay, go ahead.
Time out.
Made a comment.
Relax. The owner said, yes, he's got to earn the trust back from the team and the community and this, that, and the other. Okay. One thing I know is that when you draft the head coach who drafts a quarterback, you're going to stick that out for a couple of years. So it's not like he's going to fire the guy tomorrow or he's going to fire the guy at the end of the year. I don't think that's going to happen. But you make it easier to be fired now, because Had you not done this and you lose, then yeah, you still could. But with that on top of losing, now you start to be looked at as not a leader of men or a questionable decision maker. Right. Those sorts of things. Now you've given cause to now if I decide now I want to go in a different direction, now I kind of have reason to do so. So I think that I don't think his seat is hot. I just think unfortunately he's given a reason now to say, okay, now I can say now I can load that
let them
put that fireplace with more firewood on that fire side.
He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it to the season.
Okay,
he won't last.
That's a statement.
The owner said that shit he did is unacceptable. That's what Khan said. Khan said what he did is unacceptable. And not just that, they haven't won a game.
Had he left it at that, I would understand.
They were up.
I would agree.
They were up 14-0 against Cincinnati. So you got to put both those things into perspective. The fact that he hasn't won a game, the fact that he tried with his whole situation, he tried to throw the quarterback under the bus.
If Shai Khan thinks Urban Meyer is the reason for that, he's crazy.
He's also had several other situations that haven't looked very well.
Let the record. Justin Jackson.
Let me say this: he will not be the head coach at the end of the season. He will not be. Whether that's because he resigned or because they say get the fuck out of here, he will not be the head coach by the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't think the owner would have left that caveat out there if that decision would have been made. He would have just left it at that. He said he's got to earn the trust back, which means, the owner is leaving it out there for, him to stay on. Because, honestly, you've got a situation where you got that quarterback, you got that coach, you kind of want to let it play out for a little. Is it inexcusable? Yeah, shit. I mean, if that was the case, fucking Bill Belichick,
it wouldn't be.
Bill Belichick's got a lot of inexcusable shit.
He's lost the locker room. Now, he's a rookie coach who's lost the locker room. Not a good look.
That locker room ain't got no power. Them dudes ain't good.
Now, what I will say is, I want to piggyback on B Matt. What the owner said made a lot of, I said, damn it. What we don't have the privilege of experiencing, but we can know is perspective of players. This is your boss. Mind you, he may have told you not to do this shit. Hey man, don't be a distraction to the team. Okay. We young, we got rookie at quarterback.
You didn't lose the Chiefs locker room. You lost the Jacksonville Jaguars locker room. Supposedly.
But he ain't got no merit. He not Andy Reid.
Right.
So it don't matter. It's the same thing.
So if you come in 0-4, 0-4, and you're preaching.
Did you expect him to be anything different?
Here's the thing: if he's preaching, hey man, these type of things are detriment to our team, and then he steps his 2 feet into it. What the hell can you ever say to anybody in your locker room? Hey man, don't be a distraction. This is a distraction, regardless of however it came about. Don't be a distraction. Now you can only be a distraction for certain reasons. That's implicit in the statement. Hey man, don't be a distraction. Now who's the biggest distraction on team? It ain't 0-4, which would be a big talking point. That's not the biggest talking point. The biggest talking point is not the infidelity, but the conduct. The conduct
and
of
the judgment. The conduct and the judgment. And this is the
person that you give the power to keep the players in line.
He not leading the college team. He's leading a bunch of grown men.
These are grown men.
They're getting paid to do what they do.
These are grown men. Hold up, cousin. You're not even coach no more. I call you Urban. I call you Urban. Hey, Urban. The fuck was that? I stopped going to go see my lady or my smash so we can show up and lose, but you want to go back to Ohio so we can do this shit? Now, I ain't saying that's what's being said. All I'm saying is that's a real fucking possibility. A huge real possibility.
Or it could
So
be
with
hope.
that being said, when you're a leader of men, like you said, this ain't college no more, JT. When you make edicts to people, you have to be the one person that holds that motherfucker.
Has any players come out?
Yes.
And which ones?
Anonymously. Anonymously. What they've said was, I don't know why this dude wasn't on the plane with us. I don't understand why he stayed back. We would like to have him on the damn plane with us.
That's
back
different. Yeah,
because we took an L, and we need our coach's support going back.
Okay, that's
now
different.
if he stayed home and chilled and nothing happened, cool. But this nigga stayed home after this tough loss that we took after we was up 14-0 and took this L, and he on some bullshit. They spoke out. I mean, anonymously.
Okay.
But they spoke
All I'm
out.
saying is, these are the people that you say shit to. Don't do this, but then you turn around and do that. People are humans. They're humans. So when you tell me not to do something and you do it, what kind of respect do I have?
Did you see him in the press conference?
Terrible. Pitiful.
He was on some shit like, I mean, when they doing this,
Eddie Murphy told me about that.
he won't make it to the end of the season.
All right, so look, week four is over.
You right. I'll be right
Studs
back.
and duds.
I'll be right back.
We're gonna hold off until you get back because this is important.
You can tell your studs.
Studs and duds. Now you go. Studs and duds. Week 4, man. Studs and duds. Week 4. You got studs and duds, bro?
I'm thinking.
You thinking? All right. I'm gonna go with some studs and duds. Week 4, man. I'm gonna give my stud, man, to a guy that the damn near whole league shitted on last week when he looked horrible and everybody had their take on it, and he bounced back this week. Shout out to Justin Fields, man. Chicago Bears number 2 quarterback according to Matt Nagy, you know, who relinquished play calling abilities to someone else and literally sat in a press conference and said, and didn't give credit to who he released the play calling to, just basically said, it was me, I made that decision, that was me, that was all me. Shout out to Justin Fields, man, for bouncing back, because that's going to be lost in the whole conversation. It's how that kid took that performance and bounced back the very next week, which shows just with a young quarterback, man, you just got to let him ride the roller coaster. I'm sorry, man. With a young quarterback, you got to let him ride the roller coaster. Shout out to you, young man. You bounced back and did your thing, man. You did your thing. Got to give it to you. I'm gonna get a set of week 4 studs to the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys for finally realizing who the fuck they were. Ground and pound NFC East football. Ground and pound the football. That's what you do. Stop conforming to what everybody else does. I understand Dak's healthy again, but you got a 2-headed monster back there. You got probably one of the biggest offensive lines in the league. Do what the fuck you do best, and that's hand the ball off time and time again, and overwhelming football teams. That's what's going to be the bread and butter. And if it comes down to a situation where a team stacks the line, then you let Dak go, let's say, 15 for 23 in play action and big plays to the fleet of wide receivers they got. So shout out to the Cowboys offensive line. Another set of studs that I'm gonna give that to them. Another stud, god damn it, man. That dude in Kansas City, man, the Kansas City Flash, man. Fucking Tyreek Hill, man. I mean, it's weird, man, because dude is definitely not the prototypical wide receiver, man. I mean, by no means, man. But the meme holds true. Man, fuck it. Tariq down there somewhere, man. Just throw that shit up, man, and he'll come down with it, man. Dude is phenomenal, man. That's another week 4 stud, man, for that kid. Another week 4 stud. The growing legend of that man in Los Angeles, man, in the powder blue, man. Justin Herbert, man, is he showed last night, man, that he is now the chance of Canton might be a bit premature, you know, the busting Canton, but I understand where they going, because talent-wise, physically, arm talent, it's all there. But that's a long road to go, man. But I'm going to give him a stud for this week. Definitely give him a stud for this week. Dud? Once again, man, I gotta give a dud to Matt Nagy, man. Your overall game planning, man, is like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
He is the dud. You know
like, what are you doing, man? Like,
he is the dud.
All of a sudden now, this kid looks like a fucking NFL quarterback because you relinquished play calling to somebody and came up with a better scheme, and the kid looks good. The kid looks good now. What is that, man? The kid looks good now. That's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Another week for a dud. I had it on the top of my fucking head, man. Yeah, the Titans making me look crazy right now because I had them picked as my preseason, sleeper Super Bowl pick. I'm not gonna give them a dud because it's a long season. I'm not gonna say dud yet. I'm not gonna say dud. But what I am gonna give a dud to fucking Matt Stafford, because we sat on here last week and we said there's gonna come a time where he's gonna have to prove and beat a team, and it showed up. Prime time lights. Arizona came in and whipped that ass, and you did absolutely shit. You didn't respond at all. You didn't respond at all, my man. You didn't respond at all. That's what they brought you in for those games. What games count, Fresh? What games count, B-Mac? Divisional and playoff games.
There it is.
Your division games, listen, I don't give a fuck what games you lose, interconference, other divisions. You gotta win you gotta win your division games, and you gotta win playoff games. And he has shown an inability to do both. He can't win playoff games, and he can't win divisional games. That's Matt Stafford in a whole. Period. Studs and duds?
No, I'm not gonna lie. He kind of stole my dud, but let me reiterate. Matthew Stafford was my biggest dud of the week.
Oh, I got another dud.
Biggest. I got a couple duds. Let
me get one more.
I just
no, I'm not gonna steal your. I might steal a dud, but I gotta dud this guy.
Yo, I was like, I said, hold on. I'm not a disagreeer of anybody. I just like to look at what you've done. Like, people say, hey man, a predictor of what you're gonna do. Let's look at what you've done. When everybody anointed Matt Stafford, which it's only one game, but when everybody anointed Matt Stafford, oh yeah, they're going to Super Bowl, this and that, I'm like, well, that's not much of a stretch. They've been to the Super Bowl without Jared Goff.
With Jared Goff.
With Jared
Goff. I said, well, these are the games they brought him in to win, to piggyback on P's point. He looked way less
pedestrian
than a lot of people thought. Even though he was first round draft pick of Detroit Lions, I wasn't as quick as others were to absolve his past transgressions. I'm like, football's a team game. He has something to do with these motherfuckers losing as well. So when he gets to Los Angeles, everybody forgot that the Lions were terrible. Now, I'm like, okay, cool. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But this is a game you're supposed to be, not even supposed to win, but look better than he fucking did. I watched this game from my hospital room and felt fucking sick about Matt Stafford. This is true, y'all. I was trying to set the red zone up. I had my phone, TV, and my computer set up in a hospital room. You know what I'm saying? 3 different games. And I was predominantly watching the Rams. And I was like, hey, Matthew Stafford, you are the guy who's supposed to make a difference today. You, out of everybody else on the field, and I'll transpose to my stud in the same damn game. You are the guy that they pick. Oh, we're not supposed to have these situations with you that we had with Jared Goff. But here we are. Now, one of my motherfucking studs of the week in this same damn game. Somebody please give it up for my favorite motherfucking football player in the NFL, Kyler fucking Murray. Hey, dig this here, man. The man might be my height, but he ain't my speed. He ain't my throwing accuracy.
Dude, like he did fast forward.
Yo, I love watching Kyler Murray. Good, right, wrong, or indifferent, good or bad. You have to deal with this man on every fucking play.
2 thumbs up.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And what he did to what a lot of people think, and I kind of think that way, was the number 1 defense out there. Slice, dice, carve, mincemeat.
Mincemeat, man.
This is Kyler Murray. 2nd year in the league. 1st year he started.
Nah, this trick.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe the 3rd year. Maybe it's the 3rd year.
Big jump.
I thought last year was okay.
Nah,
Cool.
that's trick.
I know right now he is my MVP candidate, Kyler Murray. So a stud is Kyler Murray, but in the same game I had a dud, which is Matthew Stafford. Oh my God! I said this is what they brought you here for. And you did exactly what Jared Goff did.
You look like Jared.
Look like Jared Goff. And I'm not a Jared Goff hater, so I'm like, Jared Goff wasn't the reason why y'all couldn't go back to a Super Bowl. But that's why I live in Delaware, and Sean McVay coaches the fucking Rams. Proceed.
So, my stud, my first stud, number 1 stud, is Mr. Trayvon Diggs.
Whoa, got a doozy, didn't he?
This man has 5 picks in 4 games. You know, and I was in Hooters Dolo watching the game. You know what I mean? Cowboys shit on all the Eagles fans around. I'm talking dirty to them because at the same time we busting ass, they losing to the Chiefs. So it's like, you know, we doing our thing, and I'm saying to myself, all right, it's time for Trey to do what he do. Boom, pick. Boom, pick. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? He do what he do. He's a stud, man. And you know, anybody that was willing to listen to me last year, I told him that he's a stud because what I noticed about him last year was he took on the best receiver every game, and he got beat. He got beat a lot last year, right? Last year. But I felt like he learned from it. You know what I'm saying? And I saw in training camp that he learned from it. So he's my biggest stud of week 4. Another stud is Kyler Murray. I got to give it to him. I had the privilege of seeing this guy in person.
And let the record reflect, Trayvon Diggs was probably my 2nd stud.
Okay. I had the privilege of, shout out to Iceman on the check-in. I had the privilege of seeing Kyler Murray in person last year when they came to Dallas, and he dirted us. And when I say this dude, it's almost like when he's running, everybody else is standing still. Like, dude is so fast, bro. Like, he's super fast.
Like, his trigger button working and everybody else's ain't working.
And it's crazier in person. You know what I mean? It's insane in person. My biggest dud goes to Coach Mike McCarthy. And I say that because, you know, Trey was fresh off his 2nd interception of the game. We blowing these niggas out. And he took Trey out the game. And he put the rookie Neshaun Wright in. And I like Neshaun Wright. I remember Neshaun Wright from Last Chance U. Like him. Nice young boy, rookie.
Comma but.
Why the fuck are we taking Trey out the game? Right? I feel like and it's not the first time that Mike McCarthy has done such. I feel like he takes he takes and allows the players to take their foot off the gas pedal, because in my head I'm like, all right, we up by, you know, I don't know, 18. We ready to choke these niggas out, and we ready break their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do when you're up by 18. You just got 2 picks. They couldn't stop our offense. And it's like, all right, let's choke them out and let's get them the fuck out of here. Let's make these niggas leave heartbroken. No. He start putting rookies in. He start subbing motherfuckers in. He shut down the offense, kind of, sort of, and they came back. Now we won, right? And that's cool. Sure.
How you feel about Mike McCarthy?
Well, here's what I say. I feel like last year. I feel like last year wasn't a. I kind of gave him an asterisk last year because, nobody really had an off season. You're a new coach. You don't know your personnel. So I give him an asterisk for last year. I feel like he's not a. And forgive me, but I compare every coach we have to Jimmy Johnson because he's the bar in my mind. Jimmy Johnson ruled with an iron fist, right? Jimmy Johnson had expectations. He let them be known. If you ain't follow him, he get you the fuck out of here. And I feel like Mike McCarthy's not that. I feel like he leads, watching that Hard Knocks and just paying attention to him. I feel like, all right, bro. I feel like Mike McCarthy leads by. I feel like he cares for his team.
Send them joints, bro.
And I feel like that's the example he gives.
Send them pick.
I feel like his leadership is the type that, hey man, look, I care for you. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I can appreciate that. But you in my mind, you need a pinch of that. Yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm old school, man, and and he is too. So I don't. Maybe that's just not his style. But I feel like you need a pinch of that. Hey man, listen, we up by 20, but so the fuck what? Step on these niggas' throats.
By 30.
You understand what I'm saying? The game until all zeros are on the clock, kill these niggas. Period. Point blank. And I feel like he don't got that. And I feel like that at the end of the day, that might come back to haunt us. Hopefully he learned from that game. So he's my dud. One of my duds. Another dud is the Tennessee Titans offense. Minus Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry leads the league in rushing, and he's going to do what Derrick Henry does. But I feel like a lot of expectations were put out there because they got Julio, but I will say, I've never been a fan of Tannehill. I never thought Tannehill was the guy, and I still don't think he's the guy. But I felt like with Henry doing what he do and with Julio, I felt like that he could do.
There's less pressure on him at that point. Just get the ball out of your hand.
Exactly.
And you got so much talent around you.
I feel like the first quarter of the season, I feel like they're the duds of the first quarter of the season.
You know what? I piggyback because I actually picked him to win their division.
How do you think I feel?
And right now I'm like,
shout out Hawk Booker.
These motherfuckers ain't gonna win.
Hold on.
Shit.
Let me give you another dud.
Hold on, I wasn't even done, bro. Let me finish up real quick. So I feel like my last stud is another stud that you mentioned, Justin Herbert. First of all, shout out to Justin Herbert for giving me enough points to win my fantasy, both my fantasy leagues. He's my quarterback in both. I appreciate that. You know what? Him and Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is nice, bro. And I said that when he was in the Jets last year and they beat the shit out of us. Well, they beat us. They beat us last year. Sam Darnold is the truth, dog. Sam Darnold is the truth. I like him a lot. And that receiver Moore, man. Listen. Yeah. Moore, Darnold, studs. I'm done.
To piggyback on your point, a dud would have been one of my next dud would have been Tennessee. But a dud of mine, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ben's done. He's been done.
Man, look,
get rid of him, folks.
I've been rapping with Pittsburgh Steelers fans all day, and they've called it quits. They waving the flag. Look, Ben's done. Now, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. When you're done, you're done. I get that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at football as a team game, and I also have to say, you know what, Ben? You may not be done, but you definitely knocking on the door, banging on the door like,
You can't
dog.
help this team. You can't help this team. Yeah. You can't help this
They need Ben of 10 years ago.
He's that guy no longer exists.
Right. Now, and the thing is, it's like, okay, well, they're like, hey, Ben, yeah, you know you. 10 years. Man, this ain't 10 years ago. They need a Ben Roethlisberger of now that can do what of now is doing. Not of 10 years ago. They actually begged Ben Roethlisberger. He's been talking about retirement for years. I want to say like 3-4 off
I think
seasons.
the juice is going.
gotta
You
go.
supposed to know
He's
juice
done.
is that
You gotta
thing.
go.
The thing is, I like to say Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all knew he was done, but y'all so loyal, and y'all so
It's worked
oh,
for
we
them.
Pittsburgh.
Though. It has worked for them. I can't because I'm a big proponent of
Is it-
riding your legend out until you can't get no more. And this
Now,
this
I
is the
am.
case. This is one where okay, now you pretty much have unequivocal proof that says, all right, it's time to move on.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You've seen the last 2 or 3 years.
No. Let's say this.
Well,
They were undefeated up until
let me
12 last year.
You're right. Well, let me say this. For the last 3 or 4 years, Ben has said, man, look, I can't do this. I'm retiring.
Okay.
Hold on, Ben. Before you retire, us as the Pittsburgh Steelers, let me hit you with this.
They've gotten them some shiny toys too, man.
So, with that being said, even if Ben is shot, you should have a much better alternative behind you than Duck Hodges and Dwayne Haskins.
Who's the back? The back
I'm not-
scholar that they got from
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
Shout out to
and then
Najee
not to
Harris.
mention the kid from Notre Dame at the wide out.
I want to say Najee Harris
name?
leads the team in
the wide out.
receptions.
The wide out.
Claypool. Claypool.
So he's got some
But
toys.
Najee
He didn't play
Harris,
either last week. He hurt.
but not yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, but he got some toys though. You know what I mean? He got some toys.
Somewhat.
I wouldn't say
Somewhat.
He got some toys, bro.
The best ability is availability.
Okay.
Claypool didn't
Okay.
play last week.
He won't play
Juju
this
Smith-Schuster got hurt last
week.
week.
He was out 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt 2 weeks ago. That's what he got hurt 2 weeks ago. The only guy that was out there still catching the ball was the guy that has the most drop problems, Deontay Johnson. So they're like, oh man. I'm not looking at Ben. I said Ben last week, yeah. The Pittsburgh Steelers. The whole Pittsburgh Steelers
As a
except
staff,
for the
organization, and record label.
as a crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Can I stay in that division? Can I stay in that division? With a
go
dub?
ahead. Go ahead, please. Cause I got another dud too. Go ahead.
The guy's supposed to be leading the dog pound, man. What the fuck was that last week?
Baker.
What the fuck was that Sunday, man?
Baker.
What the fuck? I mean, tell me, what was that on Sunday, man?
I don't know what that was.
This is a team that should have, like, that team should be content. Right now, I don't even know if they're the second best team in that division because Joe Burrow got something to say about that, and they're not even that good.
You know what's funny about that to me is when they won 3 games. He was but nobody said shit. You know what I'm saying?
That was a stinker, son.
What, not yet?
Like at a point for a guy that's not supposed to be putting up stinkers anymore. That's my point. He's not supposed to be putting up stinkers anymore.
There's one play that really sums it up for me. He missed a wide open Odell Beckham Jr. Now, what that says to me is, hey Baker, you alright. But against these great teams, we're gonna need you to hit that. And that's what they've been saying, probably 4 years? Because they haven't given him an extension.
Son had a big play. The Odell was wide open and checked that shit down for a 6-yard gain. You can't even see the field at this point. What are you doing?
Even though I like Baker Mayfield, I'm not saying
but damn.
I'm not saying I like Baker Mayfield. Comma but. I'm like, ho, cousin. when I look at quarterbacks, period, you don't miss wide open people that wide open in those critical situations.
Okay. Let's sum it up in this. You know, we got we say a third. No, we got a quarter of the season down, pretty much.
A quarter.
We got a quarter down, trending up. One team. Give me 2 teams trending up, 2 teams trending down. Go.
Well, I'll take your team and your one of your who you up on? Washington. Washington, I'm trending up on. Regardless of whatever anybody thought earlier in the year, it's a long season. It's 17 games.
A first 17.
It's 17 games, and for them to be 2-2, by the means that they are 2-2, a lot of people don't want to give your guy Taylor Heineke credit, but he's the guy mainly responsible for them even being 2-2. They would be 0-4 if it wasn't for Taylor Heineke. So that's someone I'm definitely trending up on. Another team I'm trending up on. People may look at me crazy, but I believe in their talent, and they've woefully underperformed. Minnesota Vikings. Here's the thing. I believe, whether that happened or not, we'll see. But I believe talent wins out over time. I'm not saying that they still won't stink or whatever, blah, 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 for the foreseeable future. But I am saying is, oh no, they have a lot of talent. And I am trending up on them. I could be a fool for this. I could be a fucking fool for this. But they are the most talented 1-3 team out there. And what I'm saying is, they would easily be at least 2-2 if my man didn't hit the field goal out in Arizona.
You are what your record says you are.
Yes, I'm a firm believer in your record is what your record says it is. But they also lost to a 0-win Cincinnati team at the same time over some circumstances that I wouldn't think another team or maybe very few teams would go under. So just as truthfully as they are being 1-3, they could just as easily be 3-1, if not 4-0. So I'm trending up on them, but it's only because I'm thinking those little mistakes, they're gonna clean them up.
Trending up. I'm gonna actually go with the Cardinals, man. And that may seem like an easy choice, but to be 4-0 at this juncture, at the first quarter mark, it leaves you a lot of room for error, and I don't really see.
They're not 4-0, bro.
I mean, I'm sorry, 3-1. I'm sorry. I don't see. No, they 4-0.
The Cardinals are 4-0.
They're the only undefeated team. Yeah.
Yes, the Cardinals 4-0.
They've left themselves a lot of room for error. In a very, and to me, a very tough division.
The best division.
A tough division. I must say, I want to say the AFC West is probably a tougher to fit. That's my opinion. I think the AFC West.
You got to me down on that.
Only because I think the AFC West, you got the Raiders, you got the Chargers, and then of course you got the Chiefs. Chiefs, listen, man, just they're gonna get everybody's best shot, and whether they win games by 7 or 72. They're just gonna find ways to win games. So I think for the Cardinals being in a division that Russell Wilson is kind of owned for a minute, and to be 4-0, I think that's a very, very strong position for them to be in.
Hey, Kyler Murray, my favorite football player.
Another team. Let me think. Let me think here. Team trending up. I'm gonna go with the bad man's team. He's quieted a lot. He's waded through a lot of the noise. And I just think from here, man, they just going to shoot up because I don't think there's much opposition in that division. I honestly I think they're gonna go through that division like a hot knife through
fucking
butter,
fair.
and that's always
fair.
a way to, you know, a stellar record when you chew through your division when there's really no competition in your division. I think they're just going hot knife through butter that division. Period. I don't see no opposition in that division. Another team on the rise. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with another team trending down. A team trending down. I think the Patriots, man, it's just gonna go down from here. I think the Bills is going right. They haven't even been playing their best football, and they're still in a very favorable position. They can't beat the Bills, man. I'm sorry. They can't beat the Bills. I think we have seen the last of the New England Patriots. I'm sorry. I think that's just a wrap.
I want pick.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think that's over. I mean, they'll be marginal from here on out, man. But the magic that is Tampa Tom is just gone. You know, Bill. I don't think Bill could pull another rabbit out of the hat, man. Mac Jones, solid quarterback, but he's not going to be a guy that's going to win them, you know, 4 or 5 straight divisions anymore. Them days are over. That was a run, and it's
they're
over.
trending down.
Yeah, that run's over, man. I'm sorry. That run is over. It's a wrap for that run. Another team that I'm going to trend down on, and I may be a bit premature, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Saints. The Saints. And as much as I don't want this to happen, I think Winston going to run into a wall. Now, they got us this week. Now, this is going to be a big determining factor, because if you can't move the ball against the Washington defense, you can't move the ball against no fucking body. I'm sorry. So if you can't have a big game this week, definitely trending down on the Saints, man. Definitely trending down on the Saints. That's just me. What you got?
Trending down. I agree with the Saints, but I think that that first game was fool's gold. When James got all them tests, that shit was trash. Like,
Fool's gold.
I did not expect that any other week.
That was an
They're not
anomaly.
gonna win a whole lot of games. Y'all gonna beat them. I don't got them doing shit. The Eagles. Not that I had any expectations of them, but a lot of people believe that Jalen was the guy. He's not the guy. Without Brandon Graham, their defense is suspect. Their secondary has always been suspect. They
Can't say always, but
they're gonna lose always, as in the last few years.
okay. God,
They're gonna lose.
That's a lifetime in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're gonna
it
lose
is.
the next 3 games. They got a really tough schedule. They will lose the next 3 games.
They might lose the next 7.
Perhaps. Trending up is going to be my Cowboys. We going to win. We got. First of all, I want to acknowledge the fact that going into last week, the number 1 defense was the Carolina Panthers. Let's acknowledge that.
Let the record reflect.
And we made them look like they wasn't number 1 defense. So, we're trending upward. We got the Giants next week. That's like playing Glasgow High School. We got the Patriots the week after that. That's like playing Middletown High School. So, we're gonna win those 2. We're going to the bye. I think things looking up for us. Giants suck. Eagles suck. I think the Redskins might be our toughest opponent in the division.
I'm not sure who that team is. Who the fuck
I'm
is
sorry.
that?
The Washington football
Yeah,
team.
let's be politically correct.
The Lames.
Let's be
They
politically
might be our
correct.
toughest.
Shout
That's
out
not saying much.
Shout out DMV.
Watch your mouth. Don't get too fucking happy, nigga.
I think trending down is. I think the Panthers are going to trend down because as much as I like Sam Darnold, I think their defense was fool's gold too, and I think we exploited
You
that.
gave him a thumbs up and a thumbs down.
I'm not giving Sam Darnold a thumbs down at all.
okay.
I'm saying them because I don't think
Okay,
their
the
defense.
Panthers, but okay.
I don't think their defense is as good as advertised week 1, 2, and 3. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
that's
granted, our offense is pretty good, but I think that we exploited some holes, and the final score is not indicative of what the game was. You know what I'm saying? So
It was not as close as the game.
Absolutely not.
It was not as close as the game, but
so I think we'll see them start to trend down.
You know what? I got a popular team that I'm trending down on, and I've been trending down on, and they've been doing exactly sort of kind of what I've been thinking they've been doing. That's the Niners. To me, I picked Russell Wilson to win the division. I picked the Cardinals to
Pick the Cardinals to win that shit.
I picked the Cardinals to be
Yeah,
second.
I don't think anybody really trended anywhere on the Niners. The Niners were never-
Garoppolo's not the guy. Never has
Now
been.
here's the thing I say is a lot of people, not just the fans of San Francisco, a lot of pundits. Oh yeah, this defense, this and that, blah blah. I'm like, I haven't seen that defense in a couple years. That defense that you're talking about, that you're alluding to, I haven't seen in a couple years.
Not since the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Now a whole year and some
Bowl
changes
season.
passed.
Yeah.
A whole year, I haven't seen that defense. Ain't no Richard Sherman. Now I'm not saying he was the linchpin, but I'm saying he made your defense go to the championship.
He got picked on last week, but
He got picked on.
Another story.
But what I'm saying is, I'm looking at it like, okay, well, y'all still going off of what y'all thought the defense was from 2-3 years ago. This is 2021. That defense is formidable. I can't say they were the defense from 2-3 years ago. I couldn't even say that last year. So, a team that I've been trending down for years is the Niners. Even though I got a lot of friends that are Niner fans, and they say, they say a lot of things, and they're very knowledgeable. I said, I don't really understand why you guys think your defense, not just you, but pundits as well, your defense is still the defense from 2-3 years ago when it's not. But
offense and defense is taking a step back.
and I was going to say, you still just got the same fucking players that played that damn Super Bowl that almost got you a chip. Okay, so if you got less on defense, the same players on O, I'm looking at it like, they're trending down. But everybody think, oh, San Francisco. Okay, they won't make it to the playoffs. They've been trending down all season, and they're still trending down to me.
There you have it. There you have it, folks. There you have it, man.
Let's do one last thing real quick.
Go ahead, B. Matt.
Let's touch on some local sports.
Hello. How are
So,
y'all?
you know, we went to the Middletown at William Penn game, right?
It can be
And,
checked out on Fire and Ice and YouTube.
Check that out. Middletown is the number one team in Delaware. Deservedly so.
Yes, they are.
Because I think they're the best team in Delaware. From what I've seen so far, they are the best team in Delaware. With that being said, they have a quarterback. I can't think of his name. He's 6'5". He's got nice size.
Braden
That guy,
Thomas?
Braden something. So he ended the game with 4 or 5 touchdowns. So if you didn't see the game, you just read the clips, you would say, "Damn, this, he's as advertised."
But we was there.
But we were in the building.
You were in the building.
In the building.
We were in the building.
There's a
Fire and Ice
story
game of
behind
the
the
week.
story.
It was the Fire and Ice game of the week.
And I'm gonna say this: Braden Davis is his name.
Braden.
He was 11 for 22, 180 yards, and 6 touchdowns in a 49-15 victory over William Penn. Fool's gold. With all due respect to the young man, fool's gold. Because and I will say, because people, he's going to apparently he got a scholarship to University of South Carolina. Big ups to him.
Big ups.
Happy for the kid.
Nah, big ups.
From what I saw, he might not touch the field. And this is, I'll be honest here, that's what we do. He might not play at University of South Carolina. He might end up transferring to a 1AA,
To Fresno State,
to Delaware State.
University of Miami, Ohio.
And that's all bullshit aside. That's, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't like William Penn or Middletown. But he's not. And granted, I only got a sample size, but that sample size was enough because he missed a lot of passes, wide open receivers, etc., that you shouldn't miss
At
if
that
you're
level.
about to go to South Carolina. You can't
Right.
miss that
That's
shit in
the
the SEC.
That's SEC.
You can't. On another note, they got a defender, DE, number
Oh.
25. He's about 6'5", 2 something. he has an African name, and I can't think of his
I
name.
call him Little LeVar Arrington. I don't know his name.
But he's Lil LeVar Arrington.
Little LeVar
He
Arrington.
is the real deal. You will see him in Kentucky next year, also in the SEC. He will see the field much sooner than the quarterback will. He is the real deal. They got another guy. He's going to Navy. I can't think of his name. He's the son of a good friend of ours.
He's a Fields.
Tamika Fields. He's a Burke.
Shout out to Tamika Fields. Green eyes.
His last name is Burke. Shout out to him, man.
Fields Burke.
He's good. He's good. He's going to the University of Navy, which is, excellent on his part. You got to be a great student first and foremost to go to the University of Navy. So shout out to that young man right there. Is that the? Oh, damn. We also watched Glasgow High School versus St. Elizabeth, and I'm gonna throw y'all some numbers real quick.
Man, right? Benson, man,
I'm gonna throw y'all some numbers.
While he getting the numbers, I can tell you about how I would say Hassim Benson looked. Yeah.
Well, at one point they ran 4 plays from scrimmages and it was 28-0.
And he had about 170 yards.
Yeah, 4 to 5 plays from scrimmage.
Literally. What, 3 times himself?
A bright spot for Glasgow was the young boy, Zabir Goggins.
Yes.
He rushed for 76 yards. He's a freshman.
May not sound like a lot, but
he's going to be a problem. That's a lot when you lose by 100 points. So, where's he at? Hold on. There he is.
Impressive young man.
Kwasim Benson.
Kwasim Benson.
He rushed for 266 yards.
Sheesh.
And 4 touchdowns. Hold on. On 10 carries.
That's crazy.
10 carries, 266 yards. For those who are mathematically challenged.
Up top.
That too. For those who are mathematically challenged, that is, how many yards a carry, Fresh? 266, 10 yards.
Several.
That is 26 yards a carry, folks. At least. 26 yards a carry.
We seen it with our own eyes.
This kid is real. This kid is real.
And shout out to Glasgow High School. We've all been there. Some of us are alumni there. They're a young team.
A young man,
but you got a lot of
cannon,
but
man.
you got a lot of young people. You got young players on your team.
Yeah.
So look, Mac, look, you got a lot of young people. Your wife is on your. She showed up 100% in your corner.
Shout out Randy Talbert, Harrison Dixon.
You know what I'm saying? Jihad is just young right now.
Robinson,
but shout
Jackson,
out to the
Anderson,
young,
Wilson, Carson.
Yeah.
And the young boy plays for St. E. I didn't mention that. Kwasim Benson. I want to also shout out Chris Albero, quarterback for Archmere.
Ooh, he back again?
He had 270 yards passing. He rushed for 62 yards.
Come on now.
And he kicked a 30-yard field goal, which won the game.
What? Oh,
24-21 over Wilmington Friends.
And
he's the real deal.
They're still undefeated.
He's the real deal.
They're still undefeated. And let the record reflect. Wilmington Friends had the player of the week. I can't remember his name. I can remember his name. I can't say it right. Shout out to the twins and your son. He put up like 2-something.
Whatever performances.
You know what I'm saying? So for that quarterback to overtake Wilmington Friends in what was formidable on the other side, I can't speak to who I haven't seen, but I can speak to who I have seen.
Facts.
And Archmere's guy.
Load up the comments, man. Load up the comments. The guys that you think we might be missing.
Like, wow.
Load up the comments. Parents, friends, family. Load up the comments, man. Who you think we might be missing? Now, here's the thing.
We try to shout y'all all out. If you did something good, whatever, we try to shout you out. So, if your son, daughter did something nice, let us know. We can't be at all the games, but we would like a presence there. Shout us out, man. Let us know what your peoples did, man.
Game of the week this week is going to be Middletown High School will be hosting St. Joe's Prep of Philly. Should be a great game. It's this Friday at 5 o'clock.
I'm going to have a camera.
True litmus test for the kid.
We will be in attendance. This will be a true test.
True litmus test.
For that Middletown quarterback. And St. Joe's is a pretty good school.
Yes, they are.
So next week when we wrap to y'all, we'll have some information about that game.
Yes, we will. Yes,
Straight
we
like
will.
that.
Closing thoughts, fellas. Closing thoughts on this thing, man. Closing thoughts.
Hey, man, I love what we do every Tuesday, man. I'm glad we just not a sports thing or a policy thing, a health thing, a government thing. I'm glad we not, man, because there's so many people out there that just don't fuck with one thing. And I'm glad we just not people who just fuck with one thing. So I'm glad we got to touch on a lot of shit.
Closing thoughts, bro.
Great conversation, man.
As always.
You know, like Fresh said, you know, we try not to focus on just sports. We try to focus on, you know, we understand that we have an audience who
Thank y'all.
appreciates, you know, more than just
Thank y'all.
sports, more than just entertainment. Thank y'all for your comments, man, on the first few topics we discussed.
Thank you.
Y'all was chiming in. It was buzzing. We appreciate it. Thanks for walking with us. Shout out to Omar.
Shout out, yeah.
3616
Shout out to O,
Redwood
man.
Highway. Oh, we love you. We appreciate
We
you.
love you, big bro.
Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to good brother Mark.
Shout out to E-Way, man. East side all
E-Way.
day. B Mac, man.
Good brother Dev in the building. JT in the building.
Hey, man, with that being said, man, thank you for walking with us, man. We appreciate it, man. Black culture experience, lifestyle, sports, movies, entertainment, everything, man. You name it, we do it. Y'all talk about it. Y'all want us to do it, we'll talk about it, man. We'll hit y'all again, man, until next Tuesday or maybe sooner, man. You guys, man, you know.
Hello.
Thanks for walking with us, man.
Thank
E-Way.
you. Thank
All
you.
day. We here, man. Till next time. You did?